wanted a Toyota, but I never
Oh, like the Forerunners are so nice, just like the brand new, or even the brand new ones. I mean, that's like way out of my league.
yeah. Well,
But-
brand new anything. We'll be honest. Brand new anything
No, the Ridge
is
lines,
amazing.
not like the brand new Pilots. I prefer my style of for like the body style for the Pilots. The new ones and the Ridge lines are fucking ugly as shit. But
No, I didn't mean.
And also the Acuras, like the MDXs and the RDXs, they look like shit now. Like I do not like them. They just are so tiny, and I kind of like more like the boxy look for SUVs. I don't know why.
Well, I'm not talking about the outside. I'm talking about the inside. Like the last 20 years, there's been not that big of technological advances until like the last 5 years. Now it's like Bluetooth and big screens and all that.
No, on my Pilot, I've got a nav system and it's touchscreen, but Josh put that in there, so that's aftermarket. So
yeah, I can have one of those too.
And he put in like orange trim everywhere in there, and he put like LED fog lights on the front, and we got HID.
Yeah, but that's aftermarket.
Yeah, that's aftermarket.
Like, fucking just stock, like comes stock. Like everything comes with a big screen now. Like I can have a big screen in my truck. It's 14 years old, but all I got to do is buy the radio.
You can't actually in Josh's, because his is the next level up. And I forget, but the wiring's different, so he actually can't put a Bluetooth system in his. But mine he can. But his is, I think I don't know if they're the same year. His is like 2 years newer than mine. I can't remember, but he can't.
No, I'm pretty sure you can.
No, Rev, listen.
What's a radio? It's only power, ignition, and ground.
Josh has been working on cars for like almost as long as you've been alive. Like, I'm not even joking.
No, he's not. He's only like 2 years older than me.
He'll be 40. Well, he's 46 or he's 45, and he's been working on cars with his dad since he was like 8 or 9.
Yeah, I've been only working on cars since I was 14 or 15.
Like, I mean, in a dealership setting where that's all you're doing all day for the rest of your life. That's what you get paid for. These are the engines that you're building, not just like bumming around in your yard and like changing a timing belt. I'm talking about like he's seen everything. And he's like, I can't. So unless you want to give him some information that he probably knows, I mean, he's been working at Honda for 16 years while he's been in Canada, and then 4 years while he's been in the States. So that's a total of 20 years just on Hondas. Okay, just on Hondas.
Okay, well, I don't think this has anything to do with Honda, because this has everything to do with a radio, and a radio.
No, it's wired. Rev,
all you need is power, ignition.
I'm not arguing with you about this, because I will bet my life and your life and my dad's life that he knows way more than you do about any Honda.
Okay, well, I don't care about Honda. I'm talking about radios. I've been putting in radios for 25 years.
I'm talking about the stock wiring in the Honda Pilot right now, as he's got it. There's nothing aftermarket, and he cannot put a Bluetooth radio in there, or he can't put like a nav system, or like the touchscreen that I have, because otherwise he would have taken the one out of my fucking car and put it in his.
Okay.
So.
Anyway.
Yeah. Just saying. Like I said, I don't know about radio. I personally don't know, but he has like 20 years.
I'm just saying on like
9 hours a day on fucking Hondas. That's all he does for 20 years.
I put a radio in almost every car I have. All you need is a power, an ignition, and a ground. Other than that, you're speaking.
Oh my God! You know what? Next time we're live and Josh isn't sleeping, I'm gonna get him to come up here, and I'm gonna exactly tell you why he can't do it, because
even with the ignition,
I'm not a technician. I'm not Red Seal.
Well, even if you with your ignition wire, you could hook it up straight to the hot and put a toggle switch on there and poof, turn it on.
No, like I said, Reb, you can debate with Josh all you want about this. With me, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. So you can talk to him about that. Because I will feel bad for you, because you're gonna get schooled. Like he even like talks crazy, and I'm like, I've never even fucking heard of that. I don't even know. And I've worked in automotive for almost 10 years. I've never even fucking heard of that.
I could hook up a Bluetooth radio without even using his wiring. I could hook it up straight to the battery.
Oh my God!
That's literally all you have to do. Power, ground.
Stop talking to me about this, or I'm leaving. Seriously, I'm gonna leave if you keep talking to me about this, because you're not talking to the right person. I'm just telling you what he's told me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm only talking as like a 20-year-old, 20-year
if you
electrician.
could do it, like, I mean, when he's got time too, right? I mean, he's a technician for military aircraft engines right now, so he doesn't really have the time. But he's not like unemployed and has all the time in the world to make all the mods on his fucking pilot that he wants to.
Anyway,
and he's got his kid half the time on the weekend.
Talk about something else, because obviously you don't know what you're talking about. I apparently know what, in my mind, what I'm talking about, but neither of us know what we're talking about. So let's just talk about something.
I've already admitted that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just saying he does.
Okay. Like I said, I'm only going on a basic radio. You just need power ignition.
But let's say you worked on pools your entire life. Okay, this is what you do for a living. You went to school for this. You graduated. You've got your Red Seal pool cleaning maintenance thing or whatever. And now I don't know anything about pools other than like I go and do a side job here and there for like my life, or I would just go and bum around in my own pool and do that. And if I tried to talk to you shit about pools and you're telling me that you can't do something even though you went to school for it and you graduated and you're licensed and you have been working on this exact pool for like 20 years, and then someone comes and tries to tell you otherwise, what are you going to say? You're going to be like, no, I think I would know.
I did do that, and I did graduate with all that bullshit, but
so I'm not going to talk to you about pools and tell you.
I'm just trying to come up with one thing that you can't do. And there's not a very many things that you can't really do. Like everything can be done. It's just, how are you going to do it? Like it's facilitating having that. I want a waterfall. Okay, we can do a waterfall, but maybe the pump's not big enough. All right, we need another pump. Like there's always another solution.
Okay. Yes. Okay. But now that's money out of your pocket that you don't have.
Well, no, when people are coming to you with those ideas, they want you to make this happen. So it's all their money.
The point that I was trying to make just like literally went right over your head.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, my point was just if you want something done, there's usually a way you can make it happen.
The point that I was trying to make is that if someone came in here and who has no idea about pools at all and tried to tell you about pools that you know, you would be like, I think I would know. I'm not talking about pools. I'm using that as a fucking example.
All right. Well, how about some different topic then, instead of just arguing?
All right. Well, it doesn't seem to be raining anymore.
It was raining here earlier.
Well, yeah, it was raining here earlier too. It was storming and it just stopped. Like, fuck, I hate Winnipeg. You know what? Because every time I go on the weather station and I look at like the radar and where the clouds are moving and stuff like that, it literally always misses Winnipeg. We'll get like 10 minutes of like a good rain and thunder and then it's fucking gone. It's fucking annoying.
We've been getting that the last bunch of days, but it's been great. It's been like 90 some degrees. And then like right at the end of the afternoon, rainstorm comes in and drops it down to like 72. And it's like, wow, this is perfect, man.
Yeah.
Like I literally get to the point where I'm like, I'm probably going to turn on the AC. And even with the windows open, I'll just let the AC like kind of cool me down a little bit. And then the rainstorm comes. I'm like, no AC for me.
Even just right now, like the window here is like stuck open a crack because it's a crack. I'm saying it's about it's probably about 3 or 4 inches open. But then I turned on the ceiling fan here and it like instantly cooled off. And the ceiling fan isn't even blowing air down. It's sucking air up.
Yep. Well, that's always good too. If you have the top of the window open, you have just a open like.
That's what it is. Just like it's like a window and it just like opens from the side.
I have
higher up though. Like it's just like a small window. It's maybe like 2 feet like this, but it's I don't know. It's probably about 5 feet off the ground.
Yeah, mine, I don't even know what mine are, 36 inches or whatever, but they're up and lower. And I always drop the upper one so that the heat can get out the top because heat rises. And then if I turn on the fan, it seems to just push that heat right out.
Well, for us, because we've got 2 floors, so actually the heat rises to the bedrooms upstairs. Yeah. So it wouldn't make a difference either way if I'm down here.
Well, it would help you a little bit just because.
It's already helped me. It's already helped me. I turned on the fan. It's like it's already gotten like 5 degrees cooler in here.
Well, I meant just because the door's closed. Because if the door was open, you'd have open flow throughout the house.
Yeah.
You keep other doors closed too, though, right?
We keep everything closed. If it's right now, like since it's like a little cooler outside, we'd turn the AC off and we'd open the back door, we'd open the window, we got a window in the kitchen. The bathroom window was open.
To get cross flowed kind
Yeah,
of.
you get like the crosswind, like that I understand. I can't open this door. Like I can't. The cat, the dog, I can't. It's impossible for me. I would love to.
That's my place. Like out here in the living room, doors open, windows are open. My bedroom, the doors open, the windows in there are open, the spare room's open. Well, I guess that doesn't matter because,
but we can't. Like even the window upstairs, like because both the bedroom doors face each other, and then the bedrooms are here, and then the windows are here. So if we were able to have both windows open, both doors open, and we've got like fans in either room, we have that, but we can't because we've got 5 animals, and our bedroom is the only place where the animals are not allowed because they're just so hairy, and Josh is allergic to them. So why would we keep the doors open when all the cats and dogs can like be on the bed on his pillow, and then he won't be able to sleep, he'll get stuffed up, he'll start sneezing, then I can't sleep. And plus my dog chews everything. So he chews wires and everything, and I've got all my charger, my headphones on my side of the bed, and Josh has got his plus a power bar on his side of the bed, and it's just like he chews. So we can't have any of that. And plus when Taven, when his kid leaves his door open, all the cats go in there and shit in the bed. So can't do that. I remember one time when he left his door open like a crack, and Callie, Josh's cat, is just terrified, so she goes up there and she just doesn't use the litter box. And there was like 50 pieces of shit in his bed. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I wish I could like have plants and stuff out there. I wish I could have like nice things on the shelf without the cats like knocking them off. No, it's impossible.
Well, I guess you could put screen doors on there, but ultimately the cats are going to try to climb the screen, rip the screen, and then they're going to get in your room.
They don't even care. Coda will barrel through that thing. He doesn't fucking care.
Yeah, so the only other thing that I could see would be like vents in the door just to allow, and that's
sorry, we don't have that kind of time or that kind of money. Like we just honestly.
Then what are you gonna do? What, you're gonna sell the house and now you're gonna go buy new doors because you put vents in the fucking doors because of the cats? Like that. Not only that, but then pet dander's still gonna get through one of the damn doors into somewhere.
Yeah, because we've got vents in the room that will suck it in eventually, and plus we've got that window open and the door closed. Everything's gonna be sucked in.
Oh yeah, under the door and shit, which is where all the hair is gonna be. Yeah, well, it'll come in under the door, and that's like right where pet dander and fur and shit will be, and it'll like sweep right under the door now into the room.
Well, our door is like actually pretty
really?
to the ground.
Oh,
We've got carpet in our room, and then it's hardwood, so the carpet is like like a little bit up, and then the door goes like flush with the carpet. So we don't really have any of that.
Yeah, and then that acts kind of like a filter to keep the dander and pet hair out.
Well, there isn't much dander up there anyways because all the doors are closed, so none of the cats even bother going up there. But that's where like Coda sleeps. Like if I'm in the room, he sleeps right outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
Like it doesn't matter if it's like 5 PM, 7 AM, noon, he's there. He's not running around the house. He's probably thinking, Mom, like, let's get up already. I want to go fucking cause some damage and chaos.
Oh yeah, he does. Show me a cardboard box in the backyard. I'll show you me carrying it around for 3 hours.
Fucking nuts, man. Even today when I let him out, he was just insane.
What was, oh yeah, no, it's on my Twitter. It's that they have an Aussie Shepherd, and then they have an old blind dog, blind and deaf. And the young dog, the Aussie, won't go anywhere without the old dog. So every time like they're gonna move rooms or go to somewhere else, like the Aussie like gets up and runs over and like wakes up the old dog, like, hey, come on, like we're going over here now. And like the old dog's like, huh, what's going on? Oh, okay, like I'll just kind of smell my way to you, and just follows the dog.
I saw the cutest video of this blind and deaf dog, and it was like a younger, like white. It almost looked like a little white shepherd kind of thing, and he like every time his dad comes home from work, he's outside. And it's like a chain link fence, so he's in the front yard, and he just knows. It's crazy because he's blind and he's deaf. And and then as soon as he gets out of the car, like the owner gets out of the car, this dog is like running right to the gate, and he's like all over him, and then he's like playing fetch with him, and he like, because their smell, right? I had like my old wiener dog Dexter was blind. He went blind, and he was like my mom's dog, so he like listened to her. So every time he said, my mom said step, like our Dexter would like put his paw in front of him and like reach around for something that he could step on. He just trusted her like so much, like, you know, he was, and she'd take him for a while. It was almost like he just knew where he was going. I mean, we did have him. He was, I was 10 years old when he passed away, but yeah, no, he was 2 seconds.
Yeah, my dog was freaking hilarious earlier. She was laying on the couch, and I decided to turn the fan off and shut the front door because it was just a little too much wind. And so I got up and I walked past her, and I noticed she didn't notice that I got up off my chair. And I walked over and shut the front door and turned off the fan, and the fan was making noise. That's mainly why I wanted to turn the fan off, because the noise it was making. And right when I turned that off, she like woke up and she like immediately looked at my chair, and I wasn't there. And she looked like, wait a minute, where the hell did he go? And I started walking over towards my chair, and she acted like I was somebody new in the house. She was like, oh my God, like just scared to death. Like, who the hell?
Davey?
Yeah, earlier today. Like she was sleeping. And I just got out of my chair and like went over and shut the door and turned off the fan. And when I turned off the fan, she heard the noise stop. She was like, what the hell? And looked at my chair, and I'm missing. She's like, wait a minute. And then she saw movement, and then she saw me, and like literally she was like did one of those things, like, holy shit.
Fucking DV.
That was great.
Did I send you that picture? Oh yeah, I did, with the where it was like, me stands up, dog. Or whatever. What is it? He was like, me stands up, my dog. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Oh, yeah. Every single time.
Yeah, that's hilarious. You son of a bitch, I'm in. It doesn't matter where you're going. Your dog has got to be there.
We had people in and out of the house all day today. My dog's such a good dog. Like, she's just sitting there, never barked at anybody. Like the dude that was doing the painting, he comes in like, oh, puppy, and like sits there and has to pet her for like 5 minutes. And then
that's so crazy that like she doesn't, because if no one was home and I was asleep and people were just like walking in and out, fucking Coda would go crazy, like crazy.
Oh, she told me like when people first came in, like she was barking and stuff, and I like picked my head up, and like the dude walking by was like, hey man, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Like, because I was laying in bed, and I'm just like, stop, Deeves. And she stopped, and she just sat there and was like, oh, okay, this is the norm then, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because Matt just comes in and out whenever he's here. And like, even with that, like, Coda knows Matt. And even he's just like, I don't always do that too loud, because then I'm going to, I heard him stand up. Great. But, yeah, no, even with Matt, he's just like, who the fuck is that? Like, because it's like his house, he's got to be the protector.
Yeah. Well, this past couple weeks have been great for that, man, because she's been learning a lot. That's normally how she is. And just lately, she's just like, okay, I bark when they come to the house, but once they're here, I just leave them alone. Like, yeah, I couldn't believe the day they tore all the room out. They had like 4 or 5 people here and had the front door wide open. My dog just slept on the couch the entire time. She never tried to leave. She didn't, like, she went outside like twice, and she walked out onto the porch and was just standing there looking at people. Oh no, one time she like hopped down and like went into the grass and took a whiz and then came back up on the porch. But the other time she just walked out like, what's going on? Oh, you guys are unloading stuff? All right, I guess I'll be back in the house. And she just walked in and like laid down on the couch like, I'll just be over here if you need me.
Yeah, Coda. Well, also, like, I've got the cats, right? So with people walking in and out constantly, one of them is gonna go out, because Salem has to go outside. He'll sit at the door and meow and meow and meow. Tiki is like a little fucking bullet. She from nowhere opened the door. She's like right outside, and she's not fixed too, right? So if she gets out, whatever, she's staying outside. She's not fucking coming back into this house. And Todd, I came home once, and was coming through the front door. I got off the bus and I was walking in, and Todd was sitting outside on the front steps, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I came inside, and I see Josh is like slowly putting on his running shoes, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, Todd got out," and I'm like, "Yeah, I got him. He's right here. Why the fuck did he get out?"
Yeah, I feel like I have cats because my neighbor has 3 of them and he leaves them outside.
Our neighbors used to do that. Yeah, well, so did we actually when I used to live on Boston, and our cats were all outdoor cats, but they wouldn't go, like they would just go up and down the block or whatever. And but yeah, his cats would like come into our backyard and like just like set up camp there. And he'd call us and be like, "Where's Breezy?" And we're like, "Yeah, he's right here."
Oh yeah, his cats are always in my yard, and my dog does not appreciate that.
We got tons of strays here too, like just in the city, right? Coda goes crazy when he sees him outside, and I'm always like, "Nope, not one of ours, Coda. You don't have to. Come on." Oh.
Yeah. Now I got to do the same thing. Like every time, like, Jesus Christ, man, stop barking at everybody. Like today, I was like, "Who the fuck are you barking at?" I look out and it's like 2 little girls on their bike. I'm like, shut the fuck up, dog. Like,
he'll be standing on his, like how he does at the window, and there will be somebody like fucking like 3 blocks away that he's barking at. And I'm like, really? He's that far away, Coda, and you're fucking barking. What's up, Drewski?
Drewski. What's up, John? What's up, Carl?
That was all res. Oh. That was like all res.
Gross.
Yeah, really.
Let's see what I can't remember. But oh no, that kid I was just showing you, that was like beating the living shit out of those like super expensive diesel trucks and shit. In one of the videos, oh man, I should have shown you the one. In one of them, he decided to make 20-foot tires out of wood. So he made like these big, like it wasn't octangular, but it was.
I was gonna say, were they round? Like what?
No, they had flat spots, but I forget. It was probably like 12-sided or maybe 15-sided or something. But they're 20 feet tall, all made out of wood. And they're all like 4x4s, and they're lag bolted together, and all like to get them on the truck, he had to like go out with an excavator and dig into the hill and dig 2 trenches so that would be where the tires go. And then he pulled the truck up. He made like this ramp over it, pulled the truck up, and then took the wheels off and put so many filters on there so that the wheels would be in the trench, and then like put them on. It was absolutely pretty crazy. Yeah, that's Whistling Diesel. Yeah. And yeah, he couldn't get he broke a drive shaft trying to make it start moving on its own power. And so they're like, well, we got that extra drive shaft. So they grabbed another drive shaft, and they're like, to make sure that they actually, it starts getting going. Oh, and he's like, I'm going to be safe about it. He wired up the gas pedal because it's drive by wire, which means electronic, not like cable. But so he had this long extension cord and a gas pedal in his hand, and he was standing outside of the vehicle, like flooring the vehicle so that it would actually drive. He just wanted it to go forward. And he had another F-350 dually hook a tow rope to it to get it actually start moving.
Yeah, like to get the momentum going.
Actually get the momentum going, and then he just floored it and broke another drive shaft, and literally it like rolled out of the trench and went like, I don't know, maybe 4 feet, and all the wheels just collapsed all on it. You see this giant pickup truck just like
that same truck, because I feel like they put that truck through like hell and back.
Oh, this was a completely different truck. This was a red, I think a Chevy.
Oh.
Yeah, no, the one that you saw all the damage to, that's literally Oh, I forget. It was $100,000 truck, but it was a SEMA build, so it was probably like $200,000, like, after all the mods and shit.
That wasn't that like maroon one, was it?
Yeah, it was the one that like most of this, like when he was logging and shit. You saw that like right when you joined. He was logging. That was the one. Yeah, it has like the hydraulics on there where like you hit the button and it's got like all this weird play that like all the angles are automatically adjusted and everything, and you could lift it from like, I don't know, maybe being like 5 inches of lift to like 16 inches of lift. Like, yeah, that was the one where he put the concrete in there too. And then he was trying to lift the rear end, but the hydraulics wouldn't lift the rear end of the concrete. Dude's insane, man. I remember there was one video, somebody was like, oh man, like all this shit you're doing, like I have a Ford Ranger, it can handle anything. So he went out and bought a Ford Ranger and literally beat the living shit out of it and was like, look, this Ford Ranger can do anything. Like literally flipped the thing over, drove over it with his monster truck and shit. And then today's video, he had a guy come out, like, I think it was like, this fool buys my Ford Ranger, and the guy comes out and he's like, it's like upside down. It looks like it's upside down. It's all crumpled and shit. Like, he's like, oh, like I can see the rotors there. And he's like moving the tire and the whole tire moves, but there's a rotor and everything behind it. He's like, is this wheel even attached? He's like, oh, yeah, no, it's attached. It's attached. He's like, is that bullet holes? No. There's no bullet holes.
Is this wheel even attached?
He's like, well, I paid $3,000 for it, and I did use it a little bit, but I don't know. I guess I could let it go for like $3,500 with a warranty. It was pretty funny though, man.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm feeling like a little bit more baked. When I went out and grabbed my beer, I like saw the sausages. I'm like, ugh, like I just not feeling that like so much right now, but they're still thawing. But I don't know. Maybe if I keep getting this baked, I'm gonna have to eat something.
Well, yeah. What else?
Mixed up with just like peppers and onions.
Yeah. What else was it? Would you say green or orange or yellow or?
I have got either pepper, like any color pepper, but yeah, like just put it into like a pot, almost like a stir fry, but just like I'll cook the Italian sausage and I'll put them into slices and then I'll throw them in the pot with all the vegetables. And like butter, balsamic vinegar, salt, pepper. Oh my god, fucking rosemary, thyme.
And what do you got? Garlic, peppers, onions.
I mean, I got more than that, but that just seems like that's like kind of
what might be. Well,
that would be great, like on just like a bed of rice, which I do have rice in the fridge.
I don't know. What I was thinking was just leave the sausages like bun length and cook them in the same thing, but when they're done, like put it on a bun and like onions.
I know I have buns. I'm not feeling like getting bun full right now. You know what I mean? Like bread full. Yeah. Like when you get so full on bread and you're like, ugh, I don't have room for anything else. Like I just think like having a bowl of just this and like eating it would be, because then that's something that I could just like leave here and just like munch on, you know?
Yep.
Like I said, I don't mind having food cold. Like I really don't. It does not bother me whether it's hot, cold. I mean, it's better hot, obviously, but I don't mind it if it's like a little bit cooled down.
See, my problem with it is like, let's just say pork chops. You get them and like when they're warm, they're like so juicy.
Yeah, pork chops is because they'll harden up as soon as like the cold. Yeah. They just like harden up and then they're like so tender and juicy and then they start to get a little cooler and then you're like trying to stick the fork in there. It's like.
Well, that's what I did earlier. I had leftover from last night. And I'm like, I'll throw a little water on there and then wave them. That way they'll rehydrate. And they were great for like the first 2 bites, but I wasn't keeping up with the heat level. And like my 3rd bite, it was already like room temperature. And I'm like,
yeah, I know. That's why I don't like to like refrigerate things unless it's something that like I know I'm not gonna eat. Like I overmade this and I'm gonna throw some in the fridge for like a lunch another day. But if I have like a meal, I don't want to refrigerate it just because I hate reheating it up. Because it just dries. It's like dry and chewy and like, you know, especially like red meat. All like the fat kind of hardens up and like the fat is so great when it's freshly cooked, like steak, prime ribs. I love the fat. Everybody cuts it off. I love it. And then, but like if you put it in the fridge, you know how it like hardens up. It's like there's like a word for it. Um,
Coagulate.
yeah, it's never the same after that. Same with like fries or.
Yeah, fries are only good first time.
Yeah, they're so soggy after. Oh god.
They're just gross.
Yeah. Well, I put vinegar on my fries too, so then they just become so soggy if you leave them for too long. Because all the vinegar will eventually like pool up at the bottom.
Man, love.
But I do love that, like when they're fresh and there's like a ton of vinegar on it. Oh yeah, I fucking. I'm like all for it. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like even if they're like a little bit soggy, because like I like my fries like thicker.
I like when you salt them up real good, then put the vinegar on. I don't know why. Like you would think like the vinegar just like pulls the salt right off. Like salt them up, like right when they come out.
I do that first too. I salt, pepper, everything.
And after the vinegar.
That's
like,
how I do.
Because you would think like the vinegar is just going to wash the salt off, but it doesn't. The salt gets absorbed in, and then the vinegar.
Like oil. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I don't. A lot of people will, after I pull them out of the deep fryer, a lot of people will like put them into a bowl with like a napkin or whatever to blot off the grease, I guess. I just like I'll hang them over the deep fryer for like 20 seconds. I'll just like move it around, and then I'll put them straight in the bowl, and then right away I'm like got my spices in there, and then afterwards, and then I'll mix it up. And then that's when I'm like, okay, we're gonna do the fucking vinegar now. And
yeah, I usually do like the paper towel trick in the bottom of the bowl. But I don't have a deep fryer, and I'm using a fork to get the fries out of oil. So it's just kind of like a cat.
You gotta get a deep fryer, man. Like I'm serious, it's so fucking life changing. It seriously is. Because it's simple. It is just so simple. You plug it in, you turn up the temperature, and let it go. Throw some fries in there. You can let it go.
No, worse than that is like I was like, I'll just keep a pot of oil on the sink or on the stove, and on the sink. But no, the damn oil literally seeps through the fucking pan. So the next time you turn it on, like all of a sudden there's smoke going everywhere because it's burning oil that like through.
You also have to think about it in the way too of like, so yeah, having said that, now you're like, okay, I'm going to dispose of my oil. You can't just put oil down the sink. Like you have to have like a jar or like a bucket or something that you put your oil and grease in. Otherwise it's going to clog up all in your sink, and nobody fucking wants that. What's up, Brando? So like a deep fryer is perfect because you just cover it up afterwards, throw it away, and like just throw it in like a cupboard or whatever. Bring out our deep fryer usually just sits on the stove unless we need those other two elements. But yeah, it's fucking perfect. You don't have to go through the whole trouble and just turn it on. You're good.
Well, no, I would do the exact same thing. I'd reuse the oil. I would just take like a lid of a skillet and I'd put it right on the pot so that no bugs got in it or anything.
Well, for us too, it's like cat hair. Like when the sun comes in the window, you just see. Oh god, that's like the worst. I just get so frustrated.
But now I've had one of those on my list of things to buy, mainly because like a lot of them have those weird, like the lids on them with the filters where it like filters out.
That's exactly what we have. Yeah.
Yeah. We had one of those when I was growing up. That thing was so great. It had the folding handle where it would
That's the same one we have. It's got the folding handle on the basket. Yeah.
Out on the side where you like turn it and it would drop the thing down in. Like it would hover it above and then it would drop.
The basket has like a little hanging thing on the back. So once it's done, you just like hang it up on the side and then you can still cover it. And then you just like put your handle down or whatever. And yeah, no, it's perfect. Fuck, I love that deep fry. You can deep fry anything. It broadens your horizons of cooking.
Well, the funny thing is, like,
unless you're trying to eat healthy, in which case don't get it.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea.
Get like an air fryer like B has. By the way, B's on her way home, she said.
Oh, but like you said, like, it broadens your horizon of like cooking. Like, nah, probably wouldn't with me. Like, I probably literally would only use it for fries. Like,
but
I just love fries that much.
And jalapeno poppers in there. You can make schnitzel. You can make chicken. Like, you can make chicken strips. Like, just get a chicken breast, cut it up, batter it, throw it in there. It's fucking perfect. You know what I mean? Like you can use it for fucking anything. You can use it for pierogies. You can use it for some different types of pastas.
I don't know. A lot of that stuff I'd rather have baked. Like chicken that's breaded, I'd rather have baked.
I'm different. I love fried chicken. Like I fucking love fried.
Oh no, I love fried chicken, but
I prefer my chicken breasts if I'm having like just a plain chicken breast with like sauces and stuff on it. Yeah, then I'm definitely gonna bake it. But the deep fryer does like help a lot. Even like chicken wings, buy like fucking
Oh man, I love the entire wing, the tip, the middle, and the drumette, all in one thing. Throw them in a deep fryer.
Yeah, that's fried chicken.
Yeah. No, well, like fried chicken to me, usually, like if you just say in general fried chicken, I'm thinking like breaded and then deep fried, like Southern style, like breaded and fried. But like with wings, nah, you just maybe have a marinade you roll around in for a second, and then just throw them right in a deep fryer.
I usually marinate. I know it sounds weird, but I'll usually just keep my chicken in buttermilk. Like just like I'll throw some buttermilk in there, and then to put all the chicken in there, and then that's when then I'll bread them in flour, and then I'll put them into the egg wash, and then I'll put them into like panko or breadcrumbs, and then I cook it. So they're like double battered with the buttermilk and then the eggs.
But you're talking about like regular chicken, not wings, right?
Yeah, no. I like my wings not battered. I like.
I was gonna say like that's just,
like that's it.
Although that does make me want to think like what is beer battered and then fried
it's like probably soaked in beer. But the beer is so crazy because the beer goes all the way. Like I've had people, we had beer battered fish and chips at Wind City when I worked there, and there'd be so many people because it was in a hotel, so these people were all from like out of town, and they're like, well, beer batter, does that mean that my kids can't eat it? And we're like, your kids are fine. Like it's, once it goes in a fryer, it's all gonna fucking burn.
No, instead of using water, we use beer, so it has a different taste than water, but the alcohol is cooked off. So yeah, you're fine.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you gotta and like, yeah.
I mean, it's the same with like cooking sherry or like whatever those other wines are that they use. Like, oh, we're gonna have it with like our fish or our pork chops or whatever. Like, you're not gonna get
that wine and like pasta sauces and stuff is like a really popular thing, or white wine and cream.
That stuff you're probably more apt to like get actual alcohol into your system because
because when the sauce simmers for like an hour and you've already put the red wine in.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like I mean, my boss, so we had like that chili cook-off at my work at Subaru, and all the managers brought in like big crock pots of chili, and we all had it. So the general sales manager, who's also my friend Dave, or Chewy as I call him, he brought this chili that was made with stout. So he put like a liter, which would equal like a quart of stout into his chili, and you could literally taste it. Like I felt.
No, that's more than a quart.
Liter's like a little bit more than a quart. No.
Well, a 2 liter is like just under a gallon.
It's like 1 point. Hold on, I'll just.
It isn't like a 2 liter. Isn't that like 1.5 gallon? Or I'm sorry, like 3/4 of a gallon or something like that.
I
thought that was
a gallon. A gallon is 3/4. Wait, what'd you say? Sorry. 2
liters. In my mind, 2 liters is like 3/4 of a gallon.
May I? 1 U.S. quart equals 0.95 liters. So it's almost basically the same thing.
Wow, that really does not.
Anyways, I had this bowl of chili with a fucking liter of stout in it, and I like had one bowl, and I was like fucking almost drunk. Like I was like buzzed.
Well,
I was working.
A quart is just 2 pints, so that's 16 ounces.
16 ounces is, well, depends on what you think is a pint, but yeah, generally a pint is 16 ounces.
Yeah, so a quart should be like 32 ounces.
If you don't believe me, I'm just gonna.
It's not that I don't. No, it's not that I don't believe you.
So
okay, so 32 ounces. So like a liter would be like 30 ounces. Or 30 and a half ounces or something like that.
31 ounces, probably around 31 point something, because 0.95 liters are in a quart.
Yeah, so it's got 5% off.
0.05 off.
Yeah, it's 5% off of a quart.
Oh, what's up, Donna?
Wait, 5% would be 1/20th. Yeah, I guess maybe it'd just be 1 and some change, maybe. So 31 something. or no, 30 and something ounces would be like a liter.
Well, either way, he put a fucking liter of stout in there in his chili, and it was just like a
How
little.
big was the pot? Was it like
it was
gallons
it was like a 4-quart crock pot.
So he put a quart of fucking stout.
Quart of stout in there. But it was fucking delicious. It was great. It just had like everything, although it had mushrooms and beans, which I just kind of left on the side, but whatever, it was still great. And I'm not even joking. I was covering reception because Kari was eating, and I was like, fucking buzzed. And I drink all the time. So I'm like, if I'm buzzed, these people who never drink and are like 18, 19 years old are going to be fucking wasted. Like Kari was actually kind of wasted. That was like that blonde chick that I was like telling you about, who's like really just ditzy. Like she came back and oh fuck, it was just so funny. And we all had to work like the rest of the afternoon. We're like, we probably should have done this closer to the end of the day. All right, Tubian wants to play some games.
Nah, lunchtime seems the perfect time.
Donna, do you want to jump up, or the weirdo's still awake? Oh yeah. B is
still awake.
Gonna be here shortly. She's just on her way home from work. All right. Should I just put the link in the chat then, Rev? Or?
Yeah, go for it.
No, I can do it because I got it copied already. Wait, I think that's the right one. If that's not the right one, let me know. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, that's the right one. Yeah. I sent it to Blue too, but she still hasn't answered me. Oh, quietly weird. Yeah, that's definitely better than loud weird, like me.
It's like right up there with comfortably numb.
That's like his kitchen counter, which is evidently a bar as well. That's my friend Sean. See what he wants to... Oh, okay, yeah. Blue's gonna be in the chat here.
All right. What's up, Dom?
Hello.
Hey, Donna, girl, how are you?
How are you guys? How was your day?
My day was
good.
So guess what?
I'm good.
I'm going back to work
What happened?
Thursday. I got a new job. Woohoo!
Okay, doing?
And yeah, I'm working at a collision center, but it'll be like kind of like a lot more responsibility. I'm on salary plus bonuses every month, and I'm getting paid more than I was at Subaru, which is fantastic.
Yes, Tubian,
That's awesome.
Bar back over here with glasses.
I know, I'm so excited. Get the fuck out of this.
Okay,
house.
but on that bar, is that a lava lamp?
It's a lava lamp. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. I used to plug it in for all my live streams.
I love it.
Just because that's why it's sitting on the corner of a bar.
Just because.
Just so like I could capture it.
Bar.
Yeah, my stupid Arrow Garden's right behind the door here. That's right behind my chair because they've been remodeling the back bedroom. I got all kind of shit in here. I got a bed frame behind me. I got a drawer over here. Like my picture of that my mom quilted of the Last Supper is over here.
Oh my God, your mom quilted the Last Supper?
They're not quilted.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's not a quilt.
Cross stitch?
Crochet.
Is it needlepoint? Some sort of fancy arts and crafts hour that
kind of stuff, whatever that is.
I know I would definitely fuck up. Oh my gosh. That looks
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it's some kind of cloth and it's all threads.
But what is the back? Or I guess it's framed. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's like an actual
It looks
picture.
like it's needlepoint.
Might be. I don't know.
I think that's needlepoint.
But it did not get soaked
That's
by
cool.
the foam having a hole in it.
Well, I like the colors in it.
I think my mom did that when I was like 2. Like, that's how long ago it was. That's like 40 years ago.
Well, it was around that time that my mom was big into needlepoint. Like, she had a needlepoint club where her and these other women would get together, and all of us kids would play. So,
Like a
like,
club. Like Bam Bam.
yeah, I just
Needlepoint.
I just think maybe needlepoint was just the thing back in the 70s, and
my
so
nana,
yeah.
my nana did like a shit ton of that. My mom used to, but then
Yeah, my mom was also big into like patterns and stuff like that. Like, she would.
Yeah, my mom was in like
Yeah.
her drawer of the sewing table. It was just like one of them was just full of paper patterns.
Oh, she had like
Mm.
like they were like those giant shelving units with big drawers and stuff, and they were literally
Mhm.
full with like men's shirts,
Mhm.
you know, women's dresses, women's pants. Like, I mean, she had like whole categories.
Oh yeah.
Anything.
My grandma had tons of them, and I said it. I feel like it was just like the other day, but I said it. But when my grandma died, they were going through some of the patterns, and my aunt was like, "Oh my god, we might need to go through every single one of these, like probably like 100,000 patterns." My mom's like, "Why?" And she's like, "I just pulled $400 out of this pattern." Like, apparently my grandma was like Depression era like lady, and every time she had extra cash,
Oh.
she'd shove them in a pattern and just put it away somewhere, hoping that we'd find it.
Whoa.
So the
Yeah.
entire family was going through every single pattern. I forget, it was like thousands and thousands of dollars of cash that we ended up finding. It was like at least 4,000 or
What a
5,000.
clever chick.
Yeah.
Really, like that's fucking smart.
And not only that, but there's no inheritance
Good night, Sam.
tax on cash.
Right? Oh my
Crazy that
gosh.
tax you on inheritance.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, that's fucking ridiculous. Like, I think my dad got taxed $100,000 when my mom died.
Yeah, it's
Like
Oh my God.
$100,000. I think it was like 97,000 or something. I'm like, what the fuck? My dad was pissed off. Well, he was like, it wasn't.
Wow.
But I mean, just because he worked for the government for so long, like 45 years, and then he gets all this. Whatever. It's just,
I tell you what, I did not appreciate it at all whenever I was a kid that my mother sewed so much of my clothing. Like, there would be a pattern that, you know, that she liked sewing, and so she would make me one in like every single fabric that was on the clearance fabric table. And I mean, I was the youngest of 6. My mom didn't work, and my dad was a cop, so we were poor. And
wow.
so yeah, but now looking back, I'm like, that was pretty freaking badass that she
well,
sewed all that for
especially
me,
as a mother
you know,
now,
because
like you're a mother, and so you can like appreciate
I mean,
these things now, right?
well, yeah, I mean, whenever I was pregnant with my first boy, and that was 25 years ago, I started sewing clothes. I tried to sew clothes for him, and I tried to sew myself a maternity dress. And I tried that bitch on, and I looked in the mirror and just bawled my fucking eyes out because it was hideous. So I did not get that gene, that whole crafty sewy chick thing, you know. But man, my mom, she could sew anything. And I look at pictures of myself whenever I was a kid, and like I would stand out like in the class picture where you're like with everybody else in your second grade class, you know, and all the other kids had like blue jeans on and, you know, these little plaid shirts or whatever with ruffles. And then here I am in this fucking dress, you know, with ruffles and shit on it because my mom was always sewing me fucking dresses. I wore dresses. Like, what the hell? And I'm so not a dress person.
I used to.
Oh my
well,
God.
not
It's like
really.
that's all she put me in.
Always matching too. Like my younger sister and I, my mom always like made
Oh.
matching shit, and we just have different colors.
Well, my
Oh,
mom,
yeah.
she wouldn't really sew me dresses or anything, but she'd have like pants and like different pajama bottoms or pajama tops or just
I love
shirts.
handmade
Oh,
pajama.
yeah.
Anything pajama or blanket, I love.
Yeah.
handmade, that's it. Like I
I
just
used to make my own stuff. Like my mom would be like, "Oh, we'd go to the fabric store." I remember going to the fabric store at least like 1,000 times. Like between my grandma and my mom, we were always going to the fabric store. And I remember my mom always would be like, "Whatever you
And it was-
want, just pick out the pattern and we'll pick out the material and I'll make it for you." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Oh yeah, we did that too. And man, it always seemed like we were there for hours and
Mhm.
hours digging through those big ass McCall's and Simplicity books. And
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I just remember all those giant drawers that you would open and you would just like look for like a number and a letter or whatever
Yeah,
to find out which one you wanted. And like that's how my mom
Yeah.
and my grandma
Yeah, there was
played.
like
They just had like giant drawers and it was like,
She
I don't
had-
even have this many. I
Oh my
swear,
God, I
like,
tell you what, I don't know if
the
I told
last,
you.
like 30 years of my grandma's life, she made all of her own clothes. Like, I don't know for sure, but I swear that's how it had to be, the amount of patterns she had.
My grandma did. My grandma sewed all of her shit. But yeah, last week, I don't know if I told you or not, that last week I got a box in the mail that I was not expecting. It was from a friend of mine in Vancouver. And she had made this quilt for me. Like, she knew I was really upset whenever Noah's National Guard unit was called up. And I was, I was pretty upset. And this girl, and just during that time, made me a fucking quilt. And she, like, embroidered each of my children's name in this quilt, like, in 5 different places. It just mailed it to me, I was just floored. Like,
that's
quilts are just like the most
yeah.
amazing thing. Like,
My mom.
I've been here.
I
Let me turn this on.
wanted to, for my sister's birthday or for Christmas at some point. I still want to do this. I don't know how to quilt for shit, but look at that.
Look at this thing.
That's
How
awesome.
big is that?
Yeah, and she like, it's twin size, but oh my God.
I love blankets. Blankets is like,
But like, yeah, I don't know if you can see, like, she embroidered, each of my kids' names is embroidered in this 5 different times. So, in like 5 different places. So they can like sit and hunt and peck and look and find their names and shit, I just thought, man, that is like the most loving thing that anyone has done for me in a very, very long time. And this is a human that I've never even met in person, face to face. I just talk to her every day. I met her through YouTube. It's crazy. Yeah.
Met a ton of people like that through YouTube. Just like all of a sudden you get like,
Isn't it awesome?
the weirdest thing is like when you get a package in the mail and you're like, wait, it's from that person? Like, how the hell did they even get my address? Like, I never gave them my address.
No, that'd be creepy.
Well, no, it's always they
Oh,
knew
God.
that knew my address and they wanted it to be a surprise kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's always somebody that I
that's
don't
cool.
mind that has my address, but I don't think I've ever gotten a package from anybody that I would
Yeah.
mind getting a package from. But like even in the beginning of it, I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, send it here to my work. Like, yeah.
Yeah. But it is, though. It is so cool how you can meet people, on like YouTube that you just, I don't know.
Yeah, I try to pass it
That's
along too. Like I've done a lot of like just random, like I have somebody's address, I'll send them some seeds kind of thing or stuff like that. This Irish vlogger in Ireland, obviously, they were talking about like American candy and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? That'll be fun. So I went to the store and bought like a ton of different American candy.
Oh.
And it cost me like $35 or $40 to send it to him. Like that's how much weight it was. It was a big box, and I stacked in like all kinds of stuff. And then they put out a video about it.
Don't you know they had so much fun?
Oh yeah, and that was the only thanks.
That's awesome.
Because she had like only two kids at that time, and they were so little and they were so excited. Like, what the hell? Like when they're trying the candy, they're like, "What the heck is this?" Like, you know they're gonna like empty that box out when the video's over.
Yeah, they're like, they don't know what to do with our high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I got some, a friend from Scotland on YouTube is always drinking Iron Brew. And I guess that's like the beverage in Scotland. It's either whiskey or Iron Brew. And so I ordered some on Amazon and got it last week and tried it. It was pretty freaking cool. But yeah, I love trying new shit like that.
The best was the youngest. For some reason, I mean, obviously, like the youngest had like red hair. My niece had like blonde hair, but she looked so similar to my niece. And she had the coolest name. It was technically Charlotte, but it's Irish. So it was like Sarloiate or something like that. Like Sorley, but like Charlotte was technically the way you would say. I just thought that was a cool name.
Oh yeah, the way they spell things. Yeah. So Susie, you start a week from today. You start your job?
Yes.
Yeah. Week from yesterday, technically.
Well, yeah, technically. Well, it's not actually midnight here yet, but
I guess it is a week. Unless you're in Central Time Zone, then.
Well, it was so nice because he's like, "Well, when can you start?" And I was like, "Well," and I did not want to start tomorrow. I was like, "Fuck that!" I'm like, "I have an appointment tomorrow too." So like Monday, he's like, "Okay, how about Thursday? You just start on like July 1st or whatever it is," and I'm like, "Perfect." Fucking right. So I'm like, yeah, I got like a week to like kind of get my sleeping back into line.
Did you mention to him that you're half American?
Yeah.
That means you get off on the 4th of July.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah. I think the 4th of July is on a weekend, isn't it?
I don't know. I didn't even
Sunday.
look. Oh, yeah. I hope not.
He's like, perfect. I think it's a Sunday.
No, it's a Saturday. Oh man, that's gonna suck. That means like for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah. My husband. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My dogs are not going to be happy.
And it's like Friday to Friday, Saturday to Saturday, or Sunday to Sunday around here. So pretty much like the whole week prior to the 4th, it'll be Fireworks Central, and the whole, like obviously the 4th. But then all of the next week will just be Fireworks Central.
Yeah.
I can't believe I have.
Yeah, when that shit goes on discount.
Well, Canada Day is July 1st, and that's like our Canada Day is your 4th of July, and that's like I said, July 1st. So I guess I'll be starting.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What day am I starting?
Thursday.
Yeah, but what is Thursday?
No, Wednesday's Canada Day.
Oh yeah, okay. So we're closed on Wednesday, because Canada Day everything's closed.
Thursday's the 2nd.
Thursday's the 2nd, so I actually start on the 2nd. Yeah. Oh God, great! So I start.
Yeah, we do. We actually do pretty good.
Great. Everybody's gonna have Wednesday off. I'm gonna be like
living in the woods, out in the sticks, and we have, about 20 miles from here. There's a huge fireworks warehouse where you could buy fireworks like year round, and they've got an indoor building, you know. And so my boys used to get shit and blow it up all the time, just whenever the fuck they wanted. We had some bad neighbors for a while. And when I say neighbors, I mean, I'm talking there's like acres and acres between us, but still, we didn't like these people. So we were blowing shit up all the fucking time, you know, and buying tannerite and blowing tannerite up and anything that would explode and make loud noises. And I bought a fucking peacock to piss these neighbors off. But see, now that we don't sit and we don't sit and blow shit up all the time like we used to. So my dogs aren't as used to it as they once were. So they tend to get a little bit sketchy whenever people are blowing shit up.
My dog doesn't give a shit. Like, right on this case, so I'm right on the corner of my block, and literally right where I'm facing right now, there's just a massive field, and it's like a little community center there, and then there's a playground next to it. And then over here is a train track, but it's also a field. So in this direction, they have like a big Canada Day thing. They bring in like all these massive speakers.
Oh, yeah.
People bring like their sleeping bags and just camp out on there. And it's like fucking fireworks. Like I could literally look out my window here and see the fire. And they're just so like usually his kid is with us. So we'll just literally, when we had the Ridgeline, we just put the tailgate down on the truck, which is in the garage, but our garage is facing the field and we're the last house, so we can see it perfectly.
Yeah.
And we'll just fucking, we'll just like sit there with our beers or whatever. We'll just like cross the street and go watch it. And then Josh usually has a bag of fireworks. So then once the fireworks are done and everybody's like walking back, and like the sidewalk is like literally right here, and our driveway is here. So people are going by, and Josh is like lighting these fireworks like right on our driveway. There's like fucking trees and shit above. It's fucking hilarious. I met a lot of cool people like that. They're like, "Whoa, we're gonna stop and watch more fireworks," and like, oh yeah, it was hilarious. And I saw this one girl who like stopped and chatted with us. Like, I gave her a beer, and I saw her on the bus like a year later. She's like, "Susie," I'm like, "How do you remember that?" Like, Jesus.
It's because you're one of those people, Susie. You are. You're one of those people that's like, I could see that.
I'm totally.
Of course you remembered who you are.
I make friends with like everybody. It's crazy. Like that's why I have so many.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, you're a people person.
I don't like people, but weirdly enough, I'm a people person.
Well, you're just selective about the people.
Yeah,
I get it.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Whatever. I got no problems with that.
Oh man.
I'm just. I got. I don't fucking care. I don't trust anybody. Like nobody. That's just me, though. Well, should we play a game? I don't even know if Tubian is still here. Because I know he wanted to play a game, and then Rev didn't start anything, and now it's been like half an hour.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Tubian, are you still here?
Tubes.
My husband's vacation starts tomorrow. He's going to be off tomorrow and then all of next week.
Oh fuck! Good luck.
So I have no idea.
Just because,
right?
I'm staying home constantly, and him and I have just been like at each other's throats like the entire time. Like when you're not working, it's like the worst comes out in me. It's like I'm just like, go fucking.
I'm just seeing some like major projects and things that we've needed to get done, getting done. And by that, I mean, just because he's on vacation doesn't mean I'm like, all right, get your ass out there and fix something or do something. I don't like have a honey-do list or anything. Because I'm not a bitch, I'll go out there and help him, and we'll work on shit together.
I just got this sucker in the mail today.
But yeah. What'd you get?
Steering shaft. It's a steering shaft for my mower that's broken. It's got the steering gear down here.
Nice shaft.
shaft. Yeah,
Nice shaft.
it's pretty long.
It's a long, skinny shaft.
Hey, you said long. I'll take that. But no, the funniest part is like, it was supposed to come with a damn tie rod, and they're like, "Oh yeah, like it's on back order." Like, son of a bitch.
That
Man.
does not surprise me like whatsoever.
That just sucks though. Like, I just want to get this damn thing over and done with. Like, put all this shit in and cut the grass. I haven't cut the grass in like a year and a half because my mower is so fucked up. Like, you can turn to the left, but or maybe it's, I forget, it's one or the other. But you can like turn to the left, but when you turn to the right, it goes clunk 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 clunk.
But why don't you just do left turns then? Like you can just keep making left
Yeah.
turns. Like
No, because my
Like
yard.
Zoolander.
No, there's so many trees in my yard. You can't. You're literally always going right back and forth. Like,
well, isn't it like a square?
no, I'm in the swamps, man. Like,
Damn, look at Bee in her work uniform. Damn.
I do have my work shirt on. You're absolutely correct.
Damn,
I just didn't.
Hi,
I'm doing
Bee.
laundry tomorrow. I didn't feel like changing. Fuck it. Hi, Donna.
How was your day?
Long and painful? No, it wasn't that bad. It was productive.
That's what she.
Oh, so I have to tell you guys something. This is fun. So, which probably won't mean shit to you guys, but
Did you
I'm
say
excited
long
about
and
it.
painful.
Yes.
Yes, like that up your ass, Rev. That's pretty much what my job is like. Yes, absolutely, up your ass, right? And you can stick that there while I tell this story. So anyway, no, I'm kidding.
I
So
love you.
I'm walking out of the back room. No, honey, it's all your pleasure. It's nothing to do with mine. It's not my pleasure. So I'm walking out of the back room at work, and there's this guy standing there, and he's a gay guy. He lives in the area. He comes in there all the time, and I usually see him a couple times a week, and I haven't seen him in a while. And I was like, hey, and he's like, hey, you know, still gay. He's so sweet. And his name's Jonathan. And I was like, how have you been? He's like, how have you been? And he goes, you wanna? And I said, sure, because I'm always behind the counter when I see him. So I walked over and gave him a hug, and he gave me a good hug, and he was like, what's going on? Da 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 da. Oh yeah, we sold 40% of our stuff at work today. And I was like, what do you do? And he said, oh, I run a gallery, an art gallery. And I said, oh, so you had an opening? And he said, yeah, we sold 40% of the stuff today. I was like, that's fucking great. And he's like, right? So he's all excited about that. You know, we start talking, and he's telling me how like 90 some odd % of the female business owners in Santa Fe are all gay. And I was like, really? I had no idea. And he's like, oh yeah, they own like a quarter of the town. And I was like, that's fucking great.
That is fucking awesome.
So he said, yeah, he said, man, they're just amazing ladies. And, you know, they all have like, they're all like steady in good relationships, been in them for 15, 20, 30 years, blah, blah, blah. And I said something about being single. And he said, wait a minute, you don't have a girlfriend? I said, no, I just moved here 7 months ago. And yeah, I haven't even got a chance to meet anybody, because as soon as I went to go out to the bars and go out and, you know, try to meet people, they shut everything down for COVID.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, well, they do this thing one night out of the month. It's called Dorothy's Night Out or something like that. Something to do with Dorothy. I don't know what that means. But anyways, so all the lesbians, all the high up business owner lesbians get together, and they go to this hotel like conference room, and the hotel caters it, and all they do is buy drinks because they spend so much in alcohol that the hotel throws the food in for free. And so it's like all these
That's awesome.
Yeah.
upper echelon lesbian women, and I was like, oh my god, that would be cool. And he goes, oh, I'll take you. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah, girl, I know all of them. He's like, I'll take you. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah, it'll be our little date, and I'll introduce you to everybody. He said, you'll know all the best lesbians in town. And I was like, yeah.
Jackpot.
I don't know any
That's
of
awesome.
them. Like, they don't walk into work and go, hi, I'm a lesbian. How about you? You know,
Yeah.
can we be friends? We don't do
Right.
that.
Well, they call it.
And they see me
Dorothy
behind the cash
because,
register, and they think I'm a fucking cashier and not a manager. So they're like, I'm not gonna date a cashier. It's fucking a drugstore. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh.
They call it
So-
Dorothy because you're not in Kansas anymore.
right, right. I don't know.
So
Maybe.
B, so B, that's fucking awesome. But guess what's also
Yeah.
awesome? I got a job.
Yay!
know!
At the
Yeah,
Buick
remember I
Chrysler,
told
whatever
you
you said it was.
the dude who didn't call me back until like yesterday? Yeah, so I called him back today, or actually he called me and then I missed the call again, and I'm like, fuck, like I was just about to answer the phone call, and then so then I called him literally right back, and then it was so awkward. Like I don't know, he's gonna be my boss, but he's kind of awkward. So he's like, so I called him and he did it. He like let it ring like 7 times, and I'm like, hey, I guess whatever. And then he's like, hi, Sean here, and I'm like, hey, it's Susan calling. And he's like, hi. And I'm like, oh, so you don't remember me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, like you just called me 2 seconds ago. And he's like, yeah. No, I called you yesterday too. And I'm like, yeah, no, sorry. Like, I didn't get your, because I didn't want to tell him I was sick. Because, you know, then he'd be like, COVID.
Yeah.
But no,
Oh, she's
so-
sick all the time.
so-
Right.
So anyways, I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't get your voicemail till 8 o'clock. And yeah, anyways, he's like, yeah, so like, are you still interested in working? And I literally told him, this is what I said to him. I'm like, I'm actually, and so this is verbatim. I'm like, I'm actually surprised to hear from you. Like, it's been like 5 days. And then I'm like, but yeah, no, totally. Like, I'm interested. Anyways, he's like, yeah, so you were making whatever at Subaru, right? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, no, I can beat that plus bonuses every month. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, yeah. And so I'm actually
Fuck
making
yeah.
more than I was at Subaru, plus I'm making bonuses every month, which is fucking, and I'm on salary as well, which is fantastic. So it's not hourly. And yeah, so he's like, yeah, well, and then he's like, well, when can you start? And then I'm like, I have an appointment tomorrow at 2 o'clock, which I was just like, I don't want to start working tomorrow, which is Friday. So then I'm like, Monday. And he's like, well, why don't we make it Thursday? Because then like the first is Canada, or I thought that he said like the 1st of July, but then the 1st of July, I totally forgot we're off of work for Canada Day. So I'm starting next Thursday. So I'm like super stoked. I'm like, what time is it? 8 o'clock?
Yay!
Great. I know, you guys. I'm
Good for you, sweetheart. I'm glad.
April, May, June. I've been off work for over 3 months. Oh,
God, no wonder you've been getting drunk so much.
right? Yeah, exactly.
I don't have anything else to do but get drunk.
I even told when I went into Subaru to grab my shit and send my termination letter, like I'm friends with the boss, so I just like sat down in her office, we're shooting the shit, and then I'm like, Kelly, I'm not even joking, I'm drinking so much. She's like, oh, I don't, like if I was in quarantine, I'd be pounding back bottles of wine per day. Like we're both kind of like,
That's what everybody's doing.
I know.
Dude, we have
alcohol
these people
companies
coming
are
in the
making it
store. Yeah, we have these people come in the store, and this whole time they've been coming in going, "Oh, anything to do? Do you have tonic water?
Yeah.
Yeah, why? Oh, where's it at? I want to mix some drinks."
Yeah. Gin,
And then they go around. They're buying snacks, and they buy all their OTC stuff, and then everybody always loops around and goes to my section last because like it's you kind of make the store makes you make a circle around it. That's how they designed it, anyways. They designed a layout so you have to walk by everything to buy stuff. So they come up and they grab their tonic water and their mixers, soda, whatever, beer, go into the liquor aisle, out and right to the register. And man, we're selling the shit out of some alcohol.
Well,
our sales during this whole COVID thing have been so much higher because people don't want to go into the liquor stores to buy liquor. So while they're there getting their prescriptions, they get liquor. And we're just selling the shit out of it.
We don't have
Yeah.
alcohol in like grocery stores or gas stations. We only have 2 places to buy alcohol. One is the LC, which is the only place that sells like hard alcohol, like whiskey, rum, vodka.
Which is like a ABC.
It's like a liquor. It's called the Liquor Mart. It's just liquor.
Yeah, but right. Well, that's what some of the states have that here, and it's called ABC stores.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's alcohol
Same thing.
board
Yeah.
of commissions.
Oh, I see.
something.
Yeah, it's a state-owned liquor store.
Okay,
Florida.
yes.
Yes.
It's here because it's owned by.
Florida's got a bunch of
It's
those.
owned provincially. So, but then also you have the beer vendors, which are all privately owned. And those are only open till about 2 or 2:30 in the morning if you're lucky. So that's where you get like your beer.
Right.
You cannot, if it's past 2:30 a.m., you cannot buy alcohol again until like 9 or 10 in the morning. Like you can't just go out and buy a 6-pack. You have to like plan ahead.
Yeah, I don't. Honestly,
that's just when
I don't
you're
know how
warming
it
up.
is here.
Exactly.
I don't know how it is here with when they stop selling it at night or whatever. I know on Sundays you can't sell it before noon.
Even Bible.
I know,
Bowl-
isn't that
Ours
weird?
opens at 9 in the
Yeah,
morning.
yeah, but it's not. I don't know why.
No,
It's
but
probably
even
because there's so
even
many
the Bible-
Spanish people here.
No, even the
Well, the
Bible
Spanish
Belt
people here
did
are all
away with that
Catholics.
shit, man. Like we were like, yeah, it's noon, but nah, screw that. We're gonna make it 10 now, which still is stupid. Like the entire thing is dumb because it's all about like old ladies back, like way back when, mad that their husbands were coming drunk into church. That's the entire reason why the whole stupid law is there in the first place. You can buy alcohol like all the time. Like I think it's like cut off at midnight on Saturday, or no, maybe it's 2 on Saturday, but you can't buy it until like it used to be noon on Sunday, but now it's like 10. But that's the whole reason, and that's a dumb reason.
Hi, Blue.
You can't buy it here on Sunday, period. Like
Like,
Yes, surrender,
anything
Dorothy.
on Sunday.
Like no
Hi,
beer,
Tibia.
no liquor, no nothing.
No, you can get beer at the gas station on Sunday, but you can't get anything like our Dollar General sells alcohol. Our Dollar General has it's like a mini grocery store. It's got a little produce section and everything. But yeah, on Sunday you can't buy anything. And of course, I mean, if I were to travel, 30 miles to the next town over, I could get something, but like this town that we're closest to, because we're in the sticks, this town is population 417, and we have a gas station and a Dollar General, and that's it. And even on a weekday, Dollar General's closed at 8 o'clock in the evening. Gas station is closed at 10. So,
Well, like when you say
no,
you
they
can't
changed
get,
hours.
when you say you can't get anything, do you mean liquor on Sunday? Because you can get beer at the Dollar General, right?
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Not on Sunday. Mm-mm.
No beer on
Nope.
At Dollar General or like what was the other place you said?
You can on Sunday. On Sunday, you can get beer at the gas station,
Oh,
but on Sunday you can't get. You can't get. You
Liquor.
can't get anything like Dollar General. Yeah, and Dollar General has no. You can't buy beer or anything on Sunday at Dollar General. It's
Yeah, 'cause
go across the street if you want your natural light or whatever. But
we have a state-run liquor store, the ABC, and you can't get anything on Sunday. But my whole point on I think it's dumb. I mean, if that's what they want to do, hey, our employees aren't going to work on a Sunday, then that's fine. I have no problem with that. But if it's so
Right.
we don't have too many alcoholics, otherwise we would be open 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Well, that's just dumb because alcoholics buy twice as much on Saturday, so they don't have to get anything on Sunday,
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. That's what I've been
Right.
saying for years, Rev.
Yeah, that's what I always think about, the
Well,
stupid no beer until noon on Sunday. Okay, we'll grab 2 cases on Saturday, and then that way when you wake up, if you really want to be drinking before noon, you can just start,
Right.
kicking them back, get a ride over there at noon and buy another case.
We've
Yeah, you
literally
just have
had
to
people
plan
come
in
in
advance,
and be
but,
like,
I mean,
"Can I buy alcohol yet?" No, sir, you have 10 more minutes. Okay, I'll shop. I'll be back. And they just go buy more shit
yeah,
and come back in line. I mean, it doesn't happen
Yeah.
all the time, but there's probably 1 every Sunday to 1 to 3 people every Sunday to do it.
Well, every time I go into the vendor super early in the morning, if I'm up all night and I'm whatever, I'm just gonna go grab a case, then come back and go to bed. It's 9 in the morning. I'll go to the vendor and they're like, "Holy fuck, why are you here this early?" And I'm like, "Why are you open this early? If you don't want anybody to fucking shop there, don't."
Yeah, exactly. If you didn't expect I'd show up, why were you here?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you open?
Dude, every holiday, every national holiday, our pharmacy closes at like 2 or 6 p.m. or something instead of being open until 9. Store's open no matter what.
Are you guys allowed to sell smokes there?
No, they took all the cigarettes out.
Yeah, same here. Like no.
CVS quit selling cigarettes. Walgreens does
Well,
for
no
an absorbent amount of money.
Can't sell cigarettes anymore.
Well, that's like the local, or not. We have 3 grocery stores here. We had one for the longest time, and it's based here in North Carolina, which is Food Lion, which I kind of support, mainly because, like, I don't know, I think it's a cool story about how, like, they started being a grocery chain in, like, this small town. I forget what town it is, but because the town supported them so much and, like, always would give them business and shit, they give, like, all their profit share, like, well, a percentage of their profit sharing every year goes back to all the residents of that town. And, like, just like a thank you for, you know, being here forever. And, like, you know,
Thank you for being a friend.
well, they do it to other neighborhoods too, but
Travel
like
down the road and back again.
the original one, they do it. So I'm kind of loyal to them. I just think that's really cool. But then, like, the yuppity one came in, where I'll be honest, if you go there on certain days, meat is cheaper. But for the most part, everything else is more expensive. But the part that bugs me the most, okay, so beer prices, they can go back and forth on each other. But the thing that I will never shop there, I went and I was like, yeah, I want to get a pack of cigarettes. And they're like, oh yeah, it'll be like $16. And I was like, no, I didn't say 2 packs. I said 1. And they were like, yeah, it's like $16. I'm like, this is a $5 pack of cigarettes.
Holy shit.
We don't like people smoking cigarettes, so we price our cigarettes like abnormally high. And I was like, yeah, keep your fucking cigarette.
Ours are almost $20 a pack up here.
Yeah, I know, but around here, 5 is the average. I smoke the most expensive, and they're like $7.82.
Oh fuck! See, I would love to spend that.
How much did you say, Susie?
Ours are almost $20 a pack here. They're like 19 something per pack.
Yeah, it's like $15 to $20.
Okay.
A pack.
No, it's not 15. It's they've also just recently raised it, so it's like between $17 and like $22 per pack.
For 1 pack of cigarettes?
For just 1 pack of smokes. For just 1 pack of cigarettes, yeah,
How many's in there? 25?
20 cigarettes.
Oh wait, no.
25.
Like if you want to talk about prices and shit, man, I bought a 2-4 in Canada, and it was like $64.
Yeah, like our beer prices.
I bought an
are
18 pack, and it was $54. I bought a 12 pack, and it was $40, I think.
12.
God damn, what's minimum wage there?
You can get
$17 an hour.
Our minimum wage is $11.50 an hour.
Which is on par with us.
30 cents higher than here.
And
where I'm at, it's $11.20.
And our
isn't that crazy? Santa Fe's freaking $11.20 an hour.
Yeah, but the national average is about the exact same if you take the dollar.
God, Rev.
So it's like $8.25 to like $11.20. That's about like the same amount of, difference in American dollar versus Canadian. It's like a third.
Yeah,
higher.
no, I get what you're saying. Yeah. What, Susie?
I forget.
Damn.
See, that's what I don't understand about where I work. How can you pay somebody $11.20 minimum and then give somebody that's a manager just a few more dollars an hour than that? Like, the fuck?
No, that's bullshit. Because
I thought I was going to get like $1.50 or $2 an hour raise. Nope.
See,
nope.
like
I didn't get shit. It makes me want to walk, man.
Well, that's why. And you know what? One of the questions actually in my interview when I went and was interviewed by this guy, and I fucking sucked so badly, but whatever. He was like, "So what makes a good workplace?" And I'm like,
"Don't worry, you have good boobs." He didn't hear you.
I was just like,
I'm kidding.
He's like, what makes a good place to work for you? And I'm like, okay, like definitely management and like just the environment that it is. I'm like people taking care of their employees means that the employees want to stay. And if the employees want to stay and like where they work,
Hi, Amanda.
they're going to do like a lot better job at their job than when they don't feel appreciated. And that's always my answer to that question, because I'm not even bullshitting. That's fucking true. Like if I feel like
it is true,
if I'm a valuable member and I get like praise for the things that I do well, and if I fuck up, yeah, okay, like give me some reprimand, but also like teach me, like give me lessons. Like this is like a learning opportunity for me, you know, fucking up. And and he was like, okay, and he
fucking up is always a learning opportunity. You only fucked up because you didn't know, or you were trained it properly.
So. And yeah, exactly. So, and he kind of smirked, and it was like either he thought that was a really good answer, or he was like, whatever, you're just bullshitting. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's so true for me. Like if I have a good, like Subaru, my boss was like super, like she was just like, you know, and it was a fun place to work, and I loved it. And I fucking loved it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my best, because also my boss like really stuck her neck out on the line for me when I actually had quit. I told her, I'm like, I'm not fucking, I quit. This is fucking ridiculous. So she brought me back. She was like, I talked to everybody. I stuck my neck out for you. I'm giving you a raise. And it was only like a month and a half into my job even there. She's like, I'm giving you a raise. Then I want you to also like help us implement some things that would do well, because one of my complaints was that everybody just wasn't on the same page. It was super frustrating because the customers would come back to us and be like, you guys are so fucking not communicating correctly, and we'd get slapped for that. And I told her, I'm like, none of us need that, because we are so overworked and underpaid. Like it's fucking ridiculous. So Kelly, like my old boss, she was like, hey, help us make this better. That's why I came back. And I even told my new boss that, I guess. He's like, and I'm like, yep, that's exactly what happened. And so I went back because it really made a difference. And also my Kari, like the little blonde receptionist. So like Chewy, who's the sales
the one you have a good time with.
He used to so like he used to be my boss, so the general sales manager. So he would go by her reception desk and like he would like fling off all the business cards and be like, clean that up for me. Or he would put all like the dealer plates on her desk that were like snow.
Joking or being a dick?
Yeah, he was being a fucking dick. So I actually, because Kari would never ever confront anybody like that. Like she's told me, she's like, I don't like it, but I can't go to him because that's just not how I am. I'm like, I'll go to him because I knew him already. He like recommended me for this job. So I went into his office and I'm like, something about like, because something was happening anyways. And I brought up the fact of Kari. So then Chewy was like, well, Chewy, who's the sales manager, because I was in service, he's like, well, you don't answer to me, so you don't have to come up here and tell me that. And I'm like, no, I do. Like as a bystander and a coworker of this person, I do. And I'm going to tell you that right away. Enough with this bullshit. So anyways, Kurt Kinsella, who's the general manager of all of Jim Pattison, he pulled me aside and was like, hey, I've heard some things from Dave, like from Chewy. I've heard some things from Kari. And he also knows Kari's parents personally. So Kari would go home like crying because of Chewy and stuff like that. And she's only 18. You know what I mean? She's fucking young. And anyways, Kurt decided and was like, thank you. He's like, if anything like this happens, he's like, I'm not going to fucking tolerate bullying. He's like, especially when it's like on my watch, I'm not fucking tolerating. He's like, thank you for coming forward. Kari's parents like came out to me and thanked me. And you're the only reason why because Kari was looking for another job. And I'm the only reason why Kari stayed being a receptionist. Then I lost my fucking job, but whatever. Like I was still. Well, that's just because it's right. It wasn't anything that I did. It was just I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, no,
I'm not because she also got laid off, but she only got temporarily laid off like the rest of us. But she was working there before I was, so she came back finally. She was off for like 2 months, and I'm just happy that like she gets her job back because that's the first job she's ever had. I mean, her parents are fucking loaded, but she's 18. You know what I mean? A lot of people skate through life until they're fucking 30 with their parents. You know, and she's actually going out every day, fucking working, and you know she's got her own car and shit. In fact, whatever.
Her parents are loaded because their kids get their own jobs and cars.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I knew.
Like her younger brother has a fucking.
My kids do.
He's like 16.
This chick that worked with
I've
me.
never bought even so much as a cell phone for any of my kids.
Yeah.
Nah,
My parents were loaded as fuck, but
They-
I always had to like work for what I got too. I mean, trust me, I was spoiled, 100%. I was spoiled again with the white privilege as well. Like that just came with it. But like I always had, if I wanted something myself, like just something that wasn't like a necessity, like tampons or food, like my parents would be like, "You go out and get it. If you
Right.
want to get that shirt, you're gonna have to work for it."
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've never bought. I don't. Seriously,
Quit it. No,
I don't pay
meow
their
at me.
insurance. I don't pay their phone bill. None of it. If they want that shit, they're gonna start working.
Well, that's because that's
That's how it was
kind of-
with my mom. My mom just told us when we got to be
Entitled.
teenagers and we want to start learning how to drive, she was like, I don't have the money to buy you a vehicle. I don't have the money for shit for you. If you want a vehicle, go get a job.
Yeah.
She just straight up told us. Not mean, like she felt
Yep.
bad
And
that she
then-
couldn't do it for us. And I was like, Mom,
Hey, man.
I'm the youngest of
but-
7. What made you think that I thought you had any money left? Like, you had
Right?
money for the first
Yeah,
one. Why would
I
you have
mean,
money for my car?
And my
I know.
boys, they're so proud of their possessions that they've worked for, and they take good care of their cars and shit. You
The
know.
whole thing of the matter is, okay, imagine like you were like a rich kid. Are you gonna really be more responsible for your parents' car that just bought you a car, or are you gonna be more like responsible with like the maintenance if you bought it yourself? Like you worked for this money, you have saved
Right.
up, now you got your own car, as opposed to, oh, I got a car for my graduation, whatever. I'm, who cares? Like my parents will just pay for it if it gets wrecked anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Well, you can always
If
tell
you
those
earn your
people
own,
because those
you'll
are the
respect
people that are like,
Yeah, respect, exactly.
well, those are also the people that you'll see them like, yeah, go ahead, drive my car. Like, I'm not letting anybody drive my fucking car. Fuck you. You're not driving my
Right.
fucking car. I paid that bitch off. Like, I've had it 14 years or 13 years. And, no, that thing has been working perfect the entire time. Like, I let my dad drive it, and he's like, oh, yeah, like, I drove off into a culvert. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, full compression on the passenger side. Had to get the ball joints replaced and the tie rods and everything. He's like, oh, yeah. Like, that was
Jesus.
funny. And I'm like, yeah, it was real fucking
So
funny.
your
Like,
dad was like the ungrateful teenager, and that.
yeah, and I'm like, yeah, it's real funny. You're not driving my fucking truck again. Fuck you.
Hey, Rev, you cool with
By the way,
Amanda
this
coming
is
up
why
here?
I
Yes,
also have
we're good.
This is also why
Okay,
I
I
have a
just wanna make
steering
sure.
shaft for my fucking lawnmower over here because I let him drive my lawnmower and he drove it into a tree. And that's why the ball joints and the steering shaft and everything are all fucked up on it.
Well, I know that when I inherited that Echo from my auntie Sheila, who was my dad's wife or whatever. Anyways, I inherited this Echo, and I did not take care of that fucking thing. I smashed the goddamn window to get keys, or just to get money that was in my car because I couldn't find my keys. Like, that's how much I just did not fucking give a fuck about that vehicle. And now that I look back at that, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I was such an idiot. Like, even my dad, when he was trying to sell it, he's like, you should have told me that, like, the window was busted and, like, the whole, like, actuator on the side was, like, not working. And it was just, like, it was so fucking retarded. And he was trying to sell it. And then he's like, fuck, we could have, like, made a claim, but it's too late now. And it was, like, 2 months, like, just too late since when he asked me. Oh, my God. And I drove over a fucking, I drove over, like, a 15-foot snowbank with this little tiny Echo. Like, I drove over it. I didn't just go up it. I fucking launched this car off of this fucking snowbank, which
You
was
sound-
on private property.
You sound just like my sister. Like, she started working with me, and that's right when they were like putting in water lines in this whole neighborhood that used to always have water. So like they actually were getting city water. So they were like tearing up everybody's driveway and putting in new concrete. My sister didn't give a shit. She just like, whatever, should have had cones up, drives right into the concrete, like drives right through it and into the driveway and parks. And then she's like, "Oh, like there's noises coming from under my truck." And I'm looking under there. I'm like banging away at concrete off of her drive line and
Well,
shit.
yeah, you think?
What the fuck are you doing? She's like, "Well, they should have had cones up." I'm like, "You should. It's your car. Like you paid for it." Like she actually got a loan and like
Should have had cones.
like you were saying, like, you know, granted a car. No, she actually bought this. It was her first car, and she drove that bitch right through. Like,
I don't fucking care. I don't care. This car's a money pit already. It doesn't matter.
it was a Jeep Liberty, and I hated that.
Well,
fucking
you know what? A Jeep
Oh,
is different than all
that's
those-
like
like
that's
if it was
like
a Jeep
the-
Liberty, I would have gone
the-
over 4 snowbanks instead of just one. Like, and like this thing, Amanda, what's up, girl?
Hi guys. How you doing?
We're doing good. How are you? Or I'm doing good, I should say. I don't want to speak. Sorry. I know B is doing good, and I don't know.
Hi,
about-
Amanda.
Hi, honey. How are you? You look beautiful.
She always looks
Yes,
good.
Donna, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Who does? We all do. We all do.
You're
We all do.
here. You just have your picture.
Well, you do. You all do, but I never get to see you. So, I mean, I haven't seen you yet.
Oh,
so,
me?
yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes, I mean, if I still have my bra on, I might come up, you know, but I mean,
I never
I
wear
do not
bra.
have my bra on right now. So,
That's their boobs.
she said, "Can I come up?" And I said, "You want to come up on panel because you want to talk about something?" And she goes, "Is Rev cool with that?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I'm sure." So I just asked. You guys said okay. And then she goes, "Can I just icon?" And I was like, "Yeah, she's not dressed all the way."
I mean, I literally just put Matt Big to bed like 20 minutes ago. So, no, I'm not.
Right. Got
Sorry.
it. Put him to bed. Got it. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry. Oh, shut up now.
Her laugh is goddamn contagious.
It's true. It's true. It's absolutely true. If she laughs, you want to laugh with her. It's a fact.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing right now.
She said, "I don't know if I want to come on." Susie's like on a tear, on a rant,
Oh, I've been on
and I
a
was
rant
like,
since this thing started.
I said, "Oh, Susie totally respects you. She's got mad respect for you. She'll shut up for you. Don't worry about it. You can come up."
And did I?
Well, I came on earlier because I put it on to, so you'd have the view while I was doing other stuff, and I was going to come back later. So I did see the beginning when it was just Susie and Rev, and Susie was going off. So,
But that's like Rev and I, though. Like, honestly, I mean, actually, that's me with pretty much anybody, technically. I'm just,
no, that's not true.
hey, shut up for a
No,
second.
it's not true because there's a lot of pussies out there that are like, "No, I'm out of here." Bye.
Whoa, whoa. If I wasn't coughing up a lung right now, somebody's going to get hurt real bad.
That escalated quickly. It's good shit. How you doing, Amanda?
okay. This bitch is still
Yeah.
texting me and it's pissing me off, and you know who I'm talking about. So,
Oh, great. Yes,
Yeah.
that's lovely. I'm sure you're enjoying that thoroughly right now.
I can relate.
I just, I came into this community not that long ago. Probably like I was introduced to it in November, and then I think the first time I came online was like in January, and started my channel in March. And I just wanted to be part of the community and meet people, whatever. I did not expect people to be backstabbing bitches.
Oh,
That kind of sucks. So,
Oh,
Rev and I have like
Yeah.
literally firsthand experiences with that.
Oh, welcome to YouTube.
It's just gotten to the point where we're both like, who cares?
yeah.
I don't fucking care. We're moving on because it's been going on for like years for us. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it.
That's what I told her. I said, those people just care about themselves and their channel more than anybody else. They're a bunch of fucking assholes. They're not your friends. Fuck them and move on.
That's what exactly. Yeah.
they tend,
Yeah.
there's couple of them that tend to use me for my connections because I know people like
Yeah.
Aaron and Eric and Dark Matter and things like that. So they,
Yeah.
are friends to my face, but then
Behind
fucking
your back.
yeah. And I just found out like
Look, I just found your channel.
yeah, that's me.
Yep, that's
I'm
her.
subscribing.
Oh, thank you.
I'm subscribing right now.
Yeah, I subscribed yesterday.
we
I
go.
think I subscribed like a little while ago.
Oh, thank
Like
you.
days ago.
My main things are like I
Heck
have
yeah.
the TV time usually on Saturdays, and then Sundays I have a living. I bring a secular guest on, and we talk about stuff. And I sometimes like the climate science
That's
stuff I
cool.
try, but it's so much fucking work to condense stuff into like a 10-minute video of what I want to talk about. So I try.
I've had people call me like people that were friends to my face, and they go on their live streams, and then I hear about it afterwards. Call me like a 2-bit whore, and I know another one that was like Rev paid all my bills because he sent me $50 once for beer, and I spent it. What did I spend it on, Rev?
Dog food and cat food.
Dog food and cat food, because our power was shut off at this point. We were like literally in the red. I couldn't even afford dog and cat food, so I'm like, Rev, I would really love to have
Yeah.
right now. So he sent me $50 and I spent it on dog and cat food. But anyways, then there was this rumor going around that he
Yeah. By the way, nobody knew about this until after Susie said something about it, because nobody said anything. It was only between
Well,
me
I mean-
and her.
But I mean, I'm telling you, people have
And
like
spend it on whatever the fuck you want. It
name.
was a gift.
Well, that was my point of why I gave it to her. She was like, "I want to get beer and smokes," and I was
Right.
like, "All right, well, here you go." And like, she was like, "Yeah." The next day, I was like, "Where's your fucking beer?" And she's like, "Yeah, I didn't get beer." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "Yeah, I got cat and dog food instead."
Which I am like an alcoholic, and I
Yeah.
was really jonesing for a beer.
I know.
She's like,
Well,
that's how hungry the cats and dogs were.
well-
I didn't buy beer.
Well, so was I, and I'm like, "Why aren't you joining me with a beer? Like, what the fuck, man?" Like,
Also, our power was shut off at that point too, and like our water was going to be shut off right away. Like Josh couldn't get even gas for his vehicle, so he had to ride his bike to work. It was just like we were like really fucking in the red. And then Josh actually applied for not bankruptcy, but a consolidation or whatever. And so the company who did his consolidation, he actually owes them more money than when he was in debt, which is fucking insane for me. I just
All right.
mad, and and Josh was like, well, maybe, and I'm like, I'll come with you. And he's like, no, because I am always the person to like the hydro people or the phone bill people. I actually, when they tried to charge us like another like $600 or whatever on top of what we owed, which was like $400 on just our 2 phone bills, which we pay like $140 a month. And so anyways, I get on the phone with these people, and I'm like, and then Josh was like, yeah, I give permission for Susie to talk, but good luck. So anyways, and I'm like, fuck it. And
Good luck.
I'm Karening the shit out of this, okay? Like I'm talking to manager after manager after manager. And eventually we got all of that taken off our bill. We actually got a $165 credit plus 2 months for free, plus a $25 discount on our monthly bill from there on forward. And I
You're done.
it's like mic drop. I took Josh's phone. I'm like, boom, on the couch, and I'm like, what? it was like fucking. People were just like, I'm not dealing with this woman anymore. Like,
That's hilarious. Good for you, man.
well,
They
that's-
always stick it to everybody. All those big
do, and that's
corporations, they
why-
just stick it to all of us,
that's
and we
why
all
I
end up
do
paying
that.
the fucking bills, and then they use tax loopholes but don't
Yep.
put anything back into the fucking countries, and it's just a
They
bunch of
actually
fucking
they
bullshit.
tried to tell me something about when we signed the contract that they had the ability to fluctuate our rates as they saw fit. So it wasn't, and I literally was like, that's not fucking true, because I read everything that we signed. So I went back through the entire contract, which was like 14, 15 pages, and I was like, show me where. Because I just went through the entire fucking contract again, and it was like this person named like Courtney, who's like in Montreal or something, and she's like, I'm gonna have to manage her. I'm gonna just hold
Poor
on.
Courtney.
And I'm like, fuck, no, but
Courtney.
fucking Courtney. I remember this because and then I ended up talking to her again after all this shit happened, and I'm like, look, man, I'm like, I don't
She
mean
sounds
to
like a
be
21-year-old girl who doesn't know what the fuck she's
She
doing.
totally was, but she was like super accommodating to me. She was like, "This bitch is gonna come over here and cut me if
You
I don't."
scared the
You know?
fuck out of her.
I scared the fuck. I think she was like on the brink of like crying, and I just, but that's, and I'm not a bitch. I'm very,
Well,
like I'm to the
you know-
point, and I don't want you to bullshit me around. Which is
There you
also
go.
another reason why I've got this app called Black Box on my phone, which every time I have a phone conversation, it records it. So if they try to say something to me one time, I'll throw that recording right in their fucking face.
Hi, sports influencer.
What's up? I don't have my YouTube on or anything, I guess, on. I mean, phone wise.
Yeah, but that shirt's still on.
You sounded so disappointed.
Well, you know, being a guy and all. Okay, B agrees with me, so. Oh.
Is this marijuana? I was just about to say it's always fucking marijuana hour.
Hell yeah.
It's marijuana hour. It's always wanna hour.
Want an hour?
Yeah, me and my
Yeah, I want an hour. An hour
It's like a
extra time every
Mexican.
day.
It's like a Mexican
Yeah.
basketball game, 1-on-1. I'm a dad.
One-on-one.
I'm like really I'm like a 65-year-old dad at heart with my jokes. Like, what do you call 3 rabbits hopping or hopping backwards? A receding hairline. I fucking love it. Sorry, guys.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Yes, she actually just said that.
Is
Rev,
that
you really need to censor the type of people you get on your show. I mean, you got Susie, me, Donna. I mean, really, dude, you need to pick better friends.
Whoa, whoa. He didn't pick me. I picked him. I'm actually questioning that now. At now. At now? Now.
Well, thanks, Manda. That helped.
I'm so kidding. Fuck.
You know, Marilyn Monroe said, "It's not what you see, it's what you don't see." And she said, "My
I
clothes
know.
off, you just can't see me."
There you go.
Exactly. Except it's fucking cold, so I've got a hoodie over nothing.
Oh, yeah, now it's cold. Oh my god.
It's cold.
Yeah, now there's nipplage.
Yeah,
See,
now there's nipples involved.
you just made it worse. You did not.
She's like, sorry, you guys, but it's
Help
actually
a
cold
bit.
in here, so I can't do this.
He said nipplage.
Yes. That sounds like a
Yes,
fucking,
it does.
like a Rocky Mountain name, like a little pathway up to. I'm just going down the nipplage path.
A nip.
Like
Just took a stroll at the nipplage.
Yeah, that's what they should call.
Oh, it was
trees,
beautiful.
like
You should have seen the
little trails.
trees and the view from up there.
Well, you got to be careful
Hopefully
because usually when that happens,
There's not a lot of trees.
you got to be careful because usually when that happens, it's a tidbit nipply.
It's a bit nipply, yeah. It's a
Yes.
I'll just say that.
Yes, it is. Yeah, hopefully there's not a lot of trees and there's just some nice big rocks
You know, when the first time I ever heard of the term
Nipplage
tit nippling,
Trail.
I was in grade like 3 or 4, and like if you didn't have a ruler, the teachers would pass one out. So I got this wooden ruler, and it said something about a woody, and on the back it said a tit nipply, and I was like in like grade 3 or 4, and I'm like, what does this mean, like tit nipply? And I just remember, and I remember exactly how it was written and everything, and I was just, and now I look back and I'm like, God, like I was so fucking naive when I was in grade 3.
Yeah, but you
You
were
guys
in
can't
grade.
hear the
oh my
team
god,
drink,
the
can you?
elementary school graffiti.
Well, my first boyfriend technically was in grade 5, which is when my first kiss was in a sauna.
That's fucking
What'd
weird.
you say, Amanda?
I said,
You were in
can
a
you hear
Sonic.
the story?
It was to Ryan Pollard. And we were playing Truth or Dare in grade 5, and it was this camp that we were at. And there was like a big sauna in there, so we're all going in there and we're all in our suits, like our bathing suits. And we're playing Truth or Dare, and then somebody dared Ryan to kiss me. And I don't know, I remember it just being like, I'm like, ugh, is that what fucking kissing is? Ugh. And then come grade 6. Now this French student comes to our school. Her name is Janelle Meneg. And so she came to our school, and she was like teaching and she actually came right at the time where they started to teach sex ed. And so she was like, I don't know if she's like a slut. Like, I mean, I guess she was, but she was
She's
like
right.
teaching all. She got me kicked off the goddamn patrol squad. Fucking bitch made me throw
What is that?
snowballs at cars.
What the
What-
fuck
what
is
is
the
the
patrol
I
squad?
remember I was so sad because I couldn't go to the goddamn water slides on the field trip with the patrol.
Wait, what is
Goddamn,
patrol?
I remember I was like in the office. I was like in the office, like dry heaving because I was like so upset that I couldn't go on the fucking water slides.
Wait, explain.
She teaches all of us about like wearing bras.
Susie,
Susie,
Hey,
Susie,
It
Hey,
she
Susie,
does not
explain
hear
what
us
the
at
fuck a
all.
patrol squad is. We have no idea
patrol
what that means.
squad is you hold a flag and people pass. Like you're on like it's like one of those things with like one of those like vests that you wear and it's like a flag and like you're at an intersection and like these kids want to
so a
cross.
crossing guard.
You have to like put your hand up and then you have to go in front of the street and then you have to like wave your hand and your fucking flag is in this hand. It's
Very
Why would
important
you
when you're
even
in
wanna
fifth grade,
do that?
Rev.
Well, we
It's
got to
very
see the
important.
last class of the day. That's why everybody wanted to do it. Plus, we got to go on the water slides. It's this place called Fun Mountain, and it's got like this shit ton of like this water slide called the Dragon, and it's like super scary. Even now, I go on it, I'm like, oh fuck. Even though I don't like water slides, 'cause I pee in them and everything. But anyways, back then I just didn't know about like peeing in pools and stuff, and I just didn't care about germs. So she made me throw snowballs. Well, actually, she planted the seed in my head about throwing snowballs at cars because it was so dead. It was like a blizzardy day, so we're fucking tossing these snowballs. And then, so she's doing it too. Okay, so now and then nobody notices. Somebody complains because we hit their car with a snowball. She fucking rats me out. This fucking bitch. She like ratted me out. She was like, it was all Susan. Susan did it all. I didn't even. So I didn't even get a chance to plead my case. They just took me off the goddamn squad. God.
Aww.
Fucking asshole. You know what? I'm still mad about that to this day. And I remember like she looked me up on Facebook and I'm like, oh, you've got 2 kids. Well, they're fucking ugly. You know? Like, just like, fuck you. I don't care. You know, this is like 20 years later.
Oh, you got 2 kids, huh? Well, they're fucking ugly.
Fucking, it was real.
I love it.
25 years later, still bitter.
Yeah, still fucking bitter, man. Seriously. Entertaining, talking sports or
My
whatever.
NASA story no longer fits with the flow
I
of
was
this.
in Canada,
So.
or I am in Canada still, but I was.
Wait, Susie, wait. What, Amanda?
No, it's okay.
No, go ahead.
No, I didn't hear.
I said my NASA story doesn't really fit with the flow of this anymore because we've gone way off job. So.
Oh.
She was gonna come up because we were talking about
Oh,
workplace
fuck, I'm
shit
sorry.
and people
Yeah,
being
no,
dicks,
yeah.
and that's why she was gonna come up and talk about it when she was working at NASA. That's some of the shit she had to go through.
I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I just went off on a tangent there.
It's okay.
You can just tell me to shut the fuck up at any time. Like,
Hey, Susie.
you say it, you're good.
Susie, shut the
Well,
fuck up.
just so we're clear, I have said that 376 times so far, and you haven't acknowledged it
My
yet.
head talk.
Okay, I
You
have
have
a question for
You have a
Manda.
penis, Rev. It doesn't count.
Yeah, go ahead.
Manda, okay, my son wants to know what you did for NASA.
I
He's
worked
12.
I worked for their education program, not their shuttle program. I taught fifth grader, like middle schoolers, about space exploration. What we did, we had a simulated spaceship and a simulated mission control, and they would have to go through all the steps of. We had a simulation of going to the moon. A couple of them. One was like actually getting to the moon. One was going around the moon, that kind of stuff. So we would teach like
space camp, kind of?
kind of, yeah. But it was run by NASA. So it was, like I said, it wasn't the shuttle program. But I still have I have a flight jacket. You know, I met people that were real astronauts. I have a moon rock.
A flight jacket.
so-
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, the flight jacket.
That is so cool.
And it has, because it was
It is
called
cool, isn't
the Challenger project, or the Challenger program. Because
Yeah.
of the space shuttle that blew up.
Yeah.
On the,
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
Challenger was a teacher.
Yeah,
She was
Krista.
Yes, Krista.
Yeah.
Chris
That's
McCall.
why
Yeah,
they
everybody knows
made-
her.
Her parents were at the launch. Oh my god, it was so sad.
Yeah, they made the program after that because it's an education program, so using a teacher. So flight jacket has the Challenger patch on it.
So you have your
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You could, well, not that you would ever want to, but like if somebody was super stupid and wanted to sell that, like holy fuck, I would.
Oh no, I would never sell that.
That's
I wish
just
I had an
incredible.
actual flight suit too. A
Yes,
full blue
Amanda
suit.
is an astrophysicist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my first degree was in astrophysics. My second is in climate science. That's what I do now.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
My youngest son, Sammy, he's my space kid. I have 5 sons, and he's my 6th one. So, yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I unplugged my earbuds so that he could hear you because he's just like,
Here,
yeah. Good night, Sammy. Okay.
Okay. Yes. That's awesome.
Hey, I got a
Yeah,
question.
it really is.
So, like, you were talking about like the moon landing and stuff like that.
Sure.
Like,
Oh my god. Hold on. Do you mind if I take a picture of that? Just for my, just to
Oh,
show my
cool.
boyfriend. I just want to show my boyfriend. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's not for like anything creepy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh,
For
there we
real.
go. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep it up there because I'm
Yeah,
going to get one
perfect.
for
Thank you.
Sammy too because he just went to bed.
Yeah, that's super.
Yeah. My Sammy just went to bed and he's going to want to see that. Okay. That's
hey, everybody got
freaking
their,
cool.
everybody got
Awesome.
their picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. You're at
Yep.
it. You're at
favorite
it.
part of
Got
the
it.
jacket is the side.
Look at her.
The side
She's hiding
zipper.
behind
It's really
you.
cool. I love that part. But
It's
anyway,
got what?
that's
Oh, it's got
my
pockets
jacket.
on the sleeves?
What is
Yeah,
that?
it's got a bunch of different pockets.
Yeah,
That's
it's
really
a-
cool.
Yeah, it's a flight jacket. They got the pockets on the sleeves. They got the like the little
Yeah.
pen holders and stuff.
I'm
Like,
a little disappointed you weren't
flight
topless, but whatever. We're not going to go into that.
I got an airbrush, like a airbrushed flight jacket. I used to have an airbrushed leather jacket, like the old. Remember the old leather jackets with the belt that goes around the bottom of the leather jacket, like that kind of leather
Oh,
jacket.
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Those were awesome, man.
I used to have one of them, and I had like so many bands all over it. I had like Metallica, Pantera, Marilyn Manson, 9 Inch Nails, Jesus Lizard, Bad Religion. Oh, I can't even remember all of them. And like, I went back to my parents' house, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna take that bitch home with me because that's like, I don't know, like just for me, like just looking at it, like I'm never gonna wear it, but like just looking at it, like that's cool as hell. And I went back, nowhere to be found. Can't find the damn thing. So apparently, like my sister was having parties in my old bedroom, and somebody went home with it.
That's
Dude,
Oh,
when I was
I hate people like that.
Yeah, it was $100
A couple-
for the jacket, and then it was custom, airbrushed. The entire thing, like everything, the whole sleeves. There's flames up the sleeves, and like all kind of crazy shit.
just one
When,
more thing about the patch. If you look back at the picture, there's a little apple at the bottom. That's because
yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
teacher
Sorry.
representing her being a teacher. just so
Oh,
you know.
that's for Kristen McCullough?
yeah.
It
Who
says
was the
McCullough.
history teacher,
Okay.
which is kind of weird. I don't know why they
Oh, okay.
put a history teacher into the program instead of a science teacher, but anyway, yeah, the apple is for her.
Wow, that's so cool, man. Like it's,
I
it's
see it.
crazy. Like that, oh my god, I love that shit so much.
I've only shown that.
I remember watching that.
on YouTube, and it was because I was really fucking drunk on Six Pack one time, and I kept. I just had this joke about me not being a real scientist. I remember how it started, but I went and put the flight jacket on and said, "Fuck you."
Oh, I would have ripped them to shreds if they had said that. Even if someone said that about you too, I would rip them to shreds. Ask Reb. I take care of my friends.
Well, that was
Man, speaking of,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying that was
Speaking-
the person I have a problem with. She's been picking on me for a long time. That's why I had a problem with her. So
Yeah, I don't blame you. I have a problem.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off stream sometime.
You
I'll
don't
tell you
need
guys
that.
about it. So,
Yeah, you don't need that.
Amanda, I'm really interested in the picture of you in the flight jacket.
And
Oh
nothing
my
else.
god.
There's
Yes.
there's a picture for Bath Pig has of her in a flight jacket, in only a flight jacket.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He's very.
So I'm like, that's
he
the flight
loves the
jacket
whole
picture I
NASA
want to
thing.
see.
So yeah. The things you do when you're in a long distance relationship. What can I say?
Things we do for love.
Yeah, exactly.
Love.
No, I'm sure that is hot. I mean, I remember my ex used to put on. I had a long sleeve white button up, just plain button up shirt, and if she was just walking around the house like wanting to be naked but not want to be totally naked, she would just wear my shirt.
My
So hot.
I got my treasure box back from my dad, and my treasure box basically is like this massive thing that has like all my stuff from when I was like just like little. So I had my school uniform in it, my St. Mary's uniform, and Josh was like, "Okay, you got to put that on." I'm like, there's no way this fucking thing is gonna fit me still. Like I was in goddamn high school, so I put it. I actually fit in it, which is like absolutely insane. And I had like my little blouse on, and I'm like, "Okay, don't ever share this to anybody." I'm like, this stupid fucking kilt. Ridiculous.
Oh my god!
I'm like, you guys, I'm in, like, I'm
Hey!
fucking posing in a goddamn school uniform, like an Asian, music video, like.
Oh my god.
Well, anyway, me,
Asian music.
honey,
That's awesome.
I love you.
Huh?
We have a show in less than 6 hours. You know that, right?
Yeah, what are we talking about, anyways?
Women in the community and us having to deal with being, I guess a little bit. I don't remember the second. Like she picked the second one. It was something about misogyny, maybe. I don't know. But mine was in, women in the community. It's fucking six pack. We don't really usually stick to a topic anyway. We just talk, and Jen gets fucking drunk. So
Oh god.
yeah, that's
I don't know
always
if I could
fun.
drink that
So
early. I'll still
everybody
be doing
tune
coffee,
into
man.
Mama Atheist tomorrow. What time are you guys going on?
Oh, this is on Atheist Pastor's channel. It's on 7:30 Eastern time,
Okay.
and B is on. And
Atheist
we have
pastor.
Atheist Pastor.
I have to get up at
and-
5 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
for her. Like,
That's love.
no one can say I'm not a good friend. I'm just
He goes by, I think it's Atheist
see.
Pastor / the Hereticals now, or something like that. I don't fucking know.
I'll
hereticals, yeah.
probably still be awake at that point, anyways.
So you're saying 7:30 a.m.
Yep. Well, because it's
Yeah,
they
your
do
time.
It's a nighttime show for them, because they're Australians.
Yeah.
So,
they're like,
but-
what is it, like 12 hours difference or something?
the one who
13
runs
to
it
me.
is 14 hours difference.
14,
but
okay.
Everybody else is 12 hours.
Yeah,
It's
like-
usually just drinking with atheists and talking shit, but it's a lot of fun.
So
Really.
I'm still gonna be awake for that, so fuck it. Bring it.
Yeah.
What is
Come
it?
on over.
Atheist Pastor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
you look
either-
up
Yeah.
atheist pastor
Yeah, atheist
/
pastors
hereticals.
/ hereticals. There you
Yeah,
go,
that's
right
it.
there.
Maybe somebody should put the link in the chat, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know Sydney to me is 13 hours.
So
Oh,
it's
okay,
gonna be
yeah.
14.
So
Most
East
of them are
Coast.
12 hours.
Yeah, so
Um,
East Coast to East Coast is 13 hours.
Okay.
I'll get it put in the chat here real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to that one as soon as I get the link.
I'm just fascinated by the name Atheist Pastor.
Yeah, he used to be very religious, and now
Wow.
he's not.
Well, I have
There.
red in my name.
It's crazy how that happens. And I mean, it happens the
I know.
it happens the other way around too. But like,
There's
how like religious
I
society.
was raised Catholic, but I never really believed. But there's so many people that were like super duper religious in the community that ended up being atheists. And I feel
Yeah,
kind of left out sometimes. I'm not like that.
Yeah, because I wasn't like that either. I never believed it. From the time I was old enough to go, wait a minute, what the
What the
fuck are
fuck?
they saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
from the what the fuck moment I had until I was like, and I think that happened when I was like 10 or something. I was really like started paying attention because church was just like,
Yeah.
oh, we get to sing, you know. I
exactly.
didn't give a shit.
Well, Rev,
And so when I was like 10, I was like, what the fuck? And then by the time I was 15, I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. The more
Yeah.
I hear, the more ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
So then when I hit 17, I said, Mom, I want to try other churches. Went to some other churches. She said, what do you think? And I said, I don't know. And I told my friends who were all
have you done
religious
Neil?
go to church though.
that church is not for me.
Yeah.
B, have you done Neil?
Uh-uh.
Have you been on Neil's? You need to go on Neil's. Okay, I'll talk to him.
Well, I'm not going to beg for somebody to have me on. If he wants to have me
he
on,
would- I'm telling you,
I'm a
he would
mod
love
on
to-
his.
That's not what I mean.
I'm a
He
mod
would
on his
be-
channel,
Oh
for
my
God's sake.
gosh, I totally took that the wrong way.
Really? And he hasn't asked you on?
Yeah, he knows who I am. If he wanted to have me on, he could have asked me.
All right.
I'm not.
All right, but
I mean,
anyway,
whatever.
since I have a show in less than 6 hours, I need to get going. And B should sleep sometime too, probably. But that's fine.
Yes,
Thank you for
Mom.
having
I'll
me
go to
on.
bed soon.
Okay, good. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, Amanda, we'll see you in the morning.
It's good to see you, Amanda.
Love you guys.
Bye,
Good
sweetheart.
night.
Love you.
Take care. Sleep well.
She's so fascinating, man. I could talk to her like
Aw.
all night.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, and she's. Look, let me tell you. After I had her on my
Yeah.
show, did you ever watch that, Susie? When
I
she was
watched
on my
it
show and she
every
ducked out.
day.
Yeah, she's been through a lot of shit, man. She really has.
You know, that was I
Like-
told you, I was like, I remember after your show, I was like, fuck, that Amanda chick is like insane. And I remember telling Josh about it because it was still on while I was outside and he was home from work. And I'm like, you gotta listen to this fucking chick. Like she's you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's awesome, man.
yeah, totally.
I mean,
I've
she's
got
just
a
like the
lot of
rest of
shit
us.
to
Like we
catch
all
up
have
on
shit
your
from our
channel,
past.
yeah,
We
subscribe
all
to
have
his
shit from
channel.
our past that affects us to this day, from childhood or young adulthood or whatever. So
Yeah,
you know,
B's
she's
up
no
there. I'll
different
put the
like
link
that.
in
But
too.
everything else about her is different than most people I know. Like almost
I like
all of them.
how everybody was like
She's
all like
one of a kind.
surprised, like, oh my god, an atheistic pastor. Like, well, I'm a reverend, and like I was atheist from I don't know, from like 10 until I was like 37 or 8 or something like that, and then agnostic.
There we go. I'm gonna put a link in for one
I'm more
of your-
agnostic.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at, Rev. I think. Well, I don't know if I have the definitions right. People keep telling me I'm wrong about every damn definition. I think having it because there's all these new definitions out, and I don't fucking know what they are because I
Well,
was
no,
disconnected from
Okay, wait, how do
all
I
kinds of
copy the
shit
link
from
for
for
our
years.
Well, no, agnostic is
Huh?
questioning the existence of God. So you don't have to believe anything.
Oh,
No, that's not what agnostic is. Agnostic is you don't believe in God, but you're open to the fact that there might be a God.
Yeah, you're questioning the existence of God.
Oh, I'm not agnostic.
That
then.
there might be a God.
No.
Yeah, there might be, there might not be.
I
You're-
believe in a higher power.
I'll copy link. Okay, yeah, here I got it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm
But
gonna
the
put
whole
I'm
thing
gonna
that
put the
turned me
link
around was
May I?
DMT.
I'm gonna put the link to B's channel in the chat here, okay? So everybody who
Thanks.
wants to go to B's channel, just click it and go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell because her live streams are fucking awesome. They're not only just like fun, they're like it's
They're
like
fun.
intelligent and you learn shit. Like it's educational. You know what I mean?
You're
And when
embarrassing
Richard
me.
comes
Quit.
on there, it's just like,
Okay, there you go. There's her
Yeah.
channel. Go ahead and subscribe, everybody.
Yeah, he'll
Richard is
blow
so
up your
fun to
mind
listen
like
to.
you will.
I love Richard,
Yeah.
man. I just love him. He's fucking great.
Yeah, he's
I tell people I'm the stupidest one in my family, and nobody believes me. Now you've seen him, you know I'm not full
Yeah,
of
but
shit.
you're not stupid though. That's the thing. Like, it's
Yeah,
nobody believes
exactly.
They're smarter people. That they don't believe that. Yeah, like nobody believes that they're just. Yeah, I don't. I mean, you're.
You know, it's kind of like what Julie said the other day because I was on panel with her, Amanda. Oh my God, Susan, the Skeptics, and who else was on there? Anyways, it was a bunch of women with fucking degrees. And I was like, wow.
Oh,
I guess you just have. I said, you have me on here for comic relief, huh? And they all laughed
oh,
because I was like, I don't have a degree. I don't have one. I have a couple certifications, and that's it. I don't have any degrees. And Julie said,
Yeah.
yeah, but B, you're life smart. And I was like, oh, I hadn't thought
Yeah.
about it like that. So yeah, so
yeah.
So
You don't
she's
have
like,
to have
you've been
a
through the
degree
school of
to
hard
be-
knocks,
yeah.
where a lot of us haven't, so you get that part of it. We just know the education part of it.
Mhm.
I'm like,
Well,
okay,
no, there's
I'll
always
take it.
something. There's always something to be said about somebody that's street smart entered into a forum of people that are book smart, because they will be able to like maneuver their way
Right.
around all of the book smart and be like, whoa, like what's up with this? Like you're saying this over here, but that contradicts this over here. Like they'll, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know, they see through the
But
bullshit.
practicality wise, that's not what happens. It happens like this, right?
Yeah, like on paper,
Just
this
fuck
sounds
your
great.
books.
But when I
Yeah,
try to make
yeah.
this like my business, I'm telling you, this ain't gonna work. Like,
Oh, what did I
You know
just
what's
watch?
weird? You know what's weird is ever since I was, hold on, I want to lie, 23, 24 years old, up to now, and it continues, I've always met people that were like, oh, hey, can I ask you a question? I got a question. Question about what? Oh, well, I just kind of, I'm having this problem. I was just wondering if you had an idea of how I could handle this. Well, sure. You know, go ahead. What is it? So then I had other people coming to me saying, oh, I tried to cut my finger off. Can you bandage this for me? I can't afford to go to a doctor. And I would do that. So the joke was I was Dr. Beth, because I'd bandage people up physically and I'd bandage them up mentally. But honestly, I
Yeah.
didn't know for years that I was doing that everywhere I lived. It only dawned on me like 2 years ago. I was like, wait a minute. Everywhere I live, there's somebody that just needs a boost or a ride to work and to the store sometimes, or somebody that
that's
just
not
needs to be talked
that's
to.
not
Or
a bad thing.
and
though.
those people I just find them, or they find me, or I don't know. But
They
it
find you.
just happens.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, but that's
they're
not a
just
just
bad
happens everywhere.
You know what? Like,
No. It's not bad. I just never thought about it. And when I went to do this channel and change my channel up, I was like, wait a minute. Because I was like, I just want to help people, you know?
Yeah, you-
And
you
that's
just- you just
just what
make a
I've always
difference.
liked to do.
Can I tell you?
It
about
makes
this
me
story?
feel
Yeah.
complete to help people.
I want to.
So when I went to do this, I was like,
Right.
wait a minute, I've always helped people. I've been doing it
That's
for
why you should always keep
years.
a camera in your car, because you'll probably do something that you could like, you know, not show the person you're like helping out, but you know, I'm not. Well, that sounds horrible, because then it's like, oh, I'm trying to promote myself by look how good I am. Like I
yeah,
hate
see, that's why I don't
that
want to do
shit.
stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
I want the audience and the chat and whoever comes in onto the panel to be in control of the situation and the conversation, because I don't know what they want to say. I can't really moderate it. I can ask them questions. I can lead them into a certain like line of questioning, but I can't tell them. I can't just ask them questions and interview them. I tried that; it didn't work.
Well, no, like
Because
I understand.
I don't.
Like, the
I
whole
have
line
no
of-
idea where their mind is.
Well, I know
You know what
the
I'm
whole
saying?
line of like that and like the stigma of it, but at the same time, you got to give credit to like you. I'm sure you've seen it on Facebook. I've seen it on Twitter every once in a while. Like, oh, it's this heartwarming story of like there was this homeless guy and like, he gave him like a couple dollars every day for like a year, and like, you know, then he like helped him get a job and blah, you know, whatever, you know, like dumb shit
Yeah.
like that. Like, and that always sells too. So there is something about that
Well,
too.
yeah, because people need that kind of story. Something, you know, something other than
the
Trump's
opposite,
bullshit.
like
You
the
know,
opposite
you
of
want to
news.
scroll through and you want to see somebody humanity at its best. You know,
the opposite
You know,
of news.
that's
Yeah.
not
Like,
not a bad
bunch of people
idea.
got shot, a bunch of people got helped.
That's not a bad idea. I should go
Yeah.
around and see if anybody wants to be interviewed for that.
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time you did something big to help somebody? What was it? Oh, it was, you know, this.
Oh, and
Oh,
my
well, do you mind you mind if I record that? Because that is awesome, and I would love people to hear your story. Just see what they say.
And
I was trying to tell
That's
you
a good
right
idea.
earlier, but everybody's cutting me off. But that's okay. I already forgot.
good. What do you
No,
got?
you go.
Susie, we can't really hear you, honey. You're leaning back so far.
Rev, you're like wanting to talk so bad over everybody. You go. What do you want to say?
The only
Susie,
thing
I
was-
couldn't even hear you. You're leaning back and you're echoey, honey. I can't hear you very well.
No, I was leaning up like this actually, but now that I'm leaning back, I'm like just listen to everybody. Like it's fine. Rev, you're the most talkative tonight. Go ahead. You got the floor.
Actually, I think I'm talking more than anybody, honestly.
Well, yeah, now you two are both talking over each
My
other.
turn, Susie. You gave me the talking stick. I'll talk and I'll pass it back in a minute.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even hear you, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be rude.
I'm good. I actually forgot what I was gonna say already. That's what happens
Oh, rock on.
when I can't speak. I like got all these things.
Well, B,
I know.
B had a
I'm the
good
same
point.
way.
When you're leaning back like that, we have a less tendency. If anybody else is talking, we can barely hear you. Even when you're the only one talking, we can barely hear you.
It's not even like that's fine. You're making like a big deal out of this. Like I'm just listening. I was listening to you. I was listening to B. I was listening to Donna. Can
We
you
were
hear
just
me?
trying to make sure you weren't like upset. We
No,
weren't
no.
ignoring
I'm
you.
not upset.
Just
I'm
the-
literally listening to you.
Okay.
I'm just saying
Oh,
that
okay.
we're talking over everybody, but that's fine.
All right.
I'll
So
just interrupt his
before
ass. I'm not
Susie
worried
got
about it.
offended and then said she wasn't offended, what I was trying to say was the whole thing that you could accept
That's a
the
nice
money
thing to say.
for. There it goes again. But the whole reason that you could justify like actually monetizing it and stuff like that is you could turn that money around and just put it right back into the same thing that you're doing and just try to make more and more people's lives better. That kind of thing. Like, yeah, you're making money off of it. You take that money and you put it back into what you're doing, and you just take that money and, you know, just keep rolling over.
Yeah. I could do a like 1 day a week stream of like happy shit. Call it the happy shit stream or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why I started doing random lives and just having people on to talk, because I don't want everybody to think that my channel is all doom and gloom about bad shit that's happened to people. Like I'm trying to get people together, and if they come together during 1 second, Susie. If they come together during the bullshit streams when it's this time for a serious stream, then they're going to come together even more because they already know each other, and they're going to feel more comfortable talking to the other person. So I don't want everybody to think like, oh, if I go
That's
on
a
and
good
watch
point.
B's stream, it's going to be all these people crying and sad, and nobody wants to deal with that all the time. And it's really hard to get guests because people just they're not comfortable talking about it. You know, it's so.
Well, having like a different
anyways
type of streams and stuff would be a good idea. So it's like, you know, here's like a actual like civil discussion stream, and here's just a silly stream or something like that. Like,
right,
that also helps.
right.
Whereas
What were you
I'm
saying,
just
Susie?
like 100% silly,
Oh.
and sometimes there's like people actually saying real shit.
I can't get a word in edgewise.
Go ahead, Susie. Your turn.
I once again, I'm not even joking. I forget what I was going to say.
See, let me tell you, I had that same problem for years. I'm not even lying to you. I had sleep problems. I had eating problems. I had my brain goes so fast that I go 10
sleeping
subjects down the line, and then I forgot what I was going to say because I didn't say it in the moment. And I swear to God, Lexapro. I take Lexapro now, and it calms my brain down just enough that I can fucking keep up with it. And I don't want to like babble all the time and interrupt people. I used to do it all the time. I was Susie times 2. I'm not even kidding you. I was a total pain in the ass because I couldn't fucking control it, and I had to learn to control some of it, and then the medicine helped me like
Well, I'm prescribed Seroquel, which I should be on right now, which I'm not taking. And that was only because I walked into the walk-in clinic and was like, hey, like I'm having these fucking fucked up dreams. Like he's like, well, what kind of PTSD do you have? And I'm like, oh God, where do you want me to start? Like really, like where in life? do
Only
you
from
have-
these three things.
No, he literally was like, after I told him all this shit, he was like, he's like, holy fuck. And you haven't been on any medication since then. And I'm like, nope, never in my life. He's like, okay, so we're gonna, and so he prescribed me antipsychotics for my depression, like
Right.
Seroquel, which is, and he's like, it's gonna take a couple months to go, but like once you're on them, like you'll be feeling more relaxed. So I was only on them for like a couple months, and then it was a pain in the ass to like fill their prescription. And then when you get off of them, they're so strong that you actually have psychotic episodes. And like this was all just the time of the whole COVID thing happening, and I'm temporarily laid off, and I'm like, oh my fucking God, like, you know what I mean? Ooh. Constantly. That's why I smoke.
I don't know. I like Lexapro because it helps with my PTSD. It helps with my ADHD. It helps with my anxiety and my panic attacks. I mean, I still get them randomly, but I control them pretty well now. I was doing that before, honestly, before I was medicated. It's just easier now, is really what it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take Zoloft.
I used to take Zoloft. They said I had
Yeah.
really bad side effects from it. Like when I
Oh,
took
did ya?
enough that I was where I needed to be, where I wasn't like going into work and just ranting and raging at someone and cussing them out because they said something minor that I should not have got that mad about, because that's what I was doing all the time. Just like
Yeah.
somebody would say something and I'd be like, man, fuck you, fuck. And I cussed out my boss more than once.
Imagine bartending with that fucking attitude. Like that's how I was.
Yeah, no.
Damn.
I
Like,
had that attitude my entire life until like fucking 9 years ago. Yeah.
and don't
It's
forget,
not
I'm
worth it.
30 years old. Like, so
I know.
and none of this ever happened until I got into my car accident, and I like had like that was like my 9th concussion, and my parents literally were like, as soon as that happened, your complete personality changed. Like I went from like one day like just happy-go-lucky, had shit ton of dreams, and then just hating everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about because I remember when I was super happy. And now I just don't give a shit.
Oh, honey.
I know, honey. I get it. Believe me, I get it. Sucks.
Yeah.
It's amazing how a trip to the bank can change your entire life. Yep.
Yeah.
Did it to me. I get it.
Yeah.
And it, it only fucked me up for like 23 years. It's fine. Like really fucked me up for 23 years.
Yeah, just 23.
Yeah, it was only 23 years of my life, right?
Yeah.
Because of something that took like 3 seconds to happen. Total.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that like escalated quickly into darkness.
I'm actually sitting here laughing at that. That's fucking hilarious. I love that. That escalated fucking quickly.
I said that like twice on one stream, and then you just started laughing. Now we're stuck with it.
I swear to God, that's
This
literally
is forever.
Like that's just the way the fucking cookie crumbles, bro. Like
That escalated
that
quickly.
escalated quickly. Yeah, it's 2020. Like I'm not surprised.
Right. Everything escalates quickly. It's true. Good and bad. Absolutely the truth.
cannot get to my beer that quickly.
So I'm just smoking a bowl right now.
I don't believe you.
I believe her.
Still not convinced.
I hear the exhale and then the coughing.
Holy fuck! I gotta. Ugh.
That's beyond coffee. That's to the point of hacking. Like, ah.
Okay, I have
Yeah.
lungs. Like, what do you want me to do about it? Other than quit smoking.
I want you to start smoking Mullen because it's really good for your lungs and it's a good expectorant. It will help you bring up some of that shit you got packed in there, all that lung butter, you know?
You had like harvested like a shit ton of that stuff. Like, I don't even know what it
I
is.
did. I got a shit ton of Mullen and I'm like drying it out and
know what that
grinding
is.
it up, and
Yeah, I don't know what it
it's
is.
it's a plant.
Yeah, it's
it's
well,
a
it is. It's a
plant.
big leafy plant, I guess.
It's huge.
Well, I figured that part
Right
out.
now,
It's like 98%.
right now, it's like it grows everywhere, and it grows like in your conditions down there too, B. It's like the middle of the plant is like a great big stalk that grows really tall, and it has little bitty yellow leaves at the top. Not leaves, yellow flowers. And it's yeah, it's badass shit. Let me see. I'll show you.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you had a
Oh,
picture
shut
of
the
it.
fuck up, Siri.
Yeah, Siri.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bitch.
I literally didn't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Siri.
Yeah, Siri. I just support my friends. I don't really know what she's bitching about right now. Fuck you, Siri. Oh, there you go. 2 of them in one shot,
yeah,
you guys.
that's
Look at that.
right.
They're kissing. Oh, they
Okay.
totally just kissed. That
Here
was
is oh.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah,
see that? They do that.
Okay,
all the time.
that's my dog. It's okay, the top of it, okay, that's just laying on my porch, but the top of it, it goes up in this long skinny stalk, and then at the top
better if you
there's
don't present this actually, because then it's not so pixelated.
Yeah, it's pixelated worse because you presented it, Rev.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
agree.
Show that again, Don.
yeah, it's okay.
Oh yeah, it looks better.
That's like much
But the
better.
it looks like it almost looks like a when it's growing, it looks like almost like a broomstick out in the middle of a field. But then there's these leaves that kind of grow up it,
I see. Oh,
and the leaves are really you see them in the roadsides all the time, and they grow in like rocky, sandy, dry, bad soil. And
How do you spell
the
that?
leaves are
You said Mullen?
really fuzzy. Yeah, mullein is Mullein.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's
So
amazing
buy it?
shit. It's really good. Well,
What's
you
it good
can buy
for?
it in supplements like health foods. It's an expectorant. It's really good for if anybody's got pneumonia, you know, even smoking it is going to help you get that shit up, move your lung butter out. It's good
Huh.
just all around lung support anyhow. But you can make it into a tea, like for my kids, obviously they get it in a tea form or a tincture. But you know, I smoke it. And it's good too. Like, you know, if you've got a joint that you want to keep lit better, you know, sometimes they go out and you just need to keep a good burn on it. If you just sprinkle some of that dried mullein in your joint when you're rolling it,
How
It
would you
keeps a
know
good
this,
light.
Donna?
oh, Donna, like
it's just kind of like
Do you
it's
smoke?
just like family shit.
she grows.
It's just shit that I've always known. I grow everything.
No, I'm just I was just teasing her. Like,
Oh,
You know,
Oh.
the,
if you sprinkle a little bit on your joint,
yeah,
how
like,
would I know this?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah,
Still no clue.
yeah. I know. Me neither.
I don't know what
Yeah.
happened. What happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Henry,
Yeah, like
it's your
that.
fault. Yeah.
How's your turkey doing? Or your turkeys?
Oh, little baby Kenny, he's doing good. I haven't had him out today, but yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It's awesome. After the groundhog debacle.
Yeah.
Oh God, I know, and it's bad.
If you start
because
killing off the
Noah-
turkeys, we're going to start wondering what's going on, Donna. I'm just saying.
right?
Mhm.
Well, Noah's coming home tomorrow, and so he's going to get here and find out that his little groundhog that he rescued is like, yeah.
Why don't you just tell him that you like let them out in the wild? They were ready.
I haven't told him yet. I just haven't told him.
No,
I
she's
can't
saying lie
him.
to him and
I
tell
can-
him you released him.
Yeah, just release them. Quote unquote, you released them, right?
I could just say, I can be honest with him and say, I put him out into this enclosure. I don't know where he is. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, he could.
I
be
don't know where he is.
dead. But
I don't know where his carcass is. Yeah,
Oh my god.
I know.
You know, but
I know.
it is like the craziest thing of like just having animals like that small and unpredictable like that, right? Like one time I was in a room
Oh yeah.
and I got a kitten and I just had a room. Like it was just one big fucking room. My bed and my dresser and shit were all in there.
Yeah.
And I got a little kitten. And we all had a bonfire in my backyard and then we all came inside to like, no, we're all wanting to see the kitten, and this cat was like nowhere to be fucking found. So I started
Oh.
freaking out, and I'm like, oh my god, it got out. So we're all like looking. Like, I got all my friends like going up and down the alleyways and stuff like that. This fucking kitten was in my goddamn drawer. It had climbed up the back. It had climbed up the
Of
back,
course.
like buried itself under my clothes. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
Of course it did.
they're just so unpredictable though. Like you never know, and especially just like little tiny things that can get in and out of whatever they want to. Like,
Oh yeah, and see these groundhog. I mean, this groundhog, he'd gotten to be a good sized
Yeah.
groundhog. You know, I mean, like a teenage sized groundhog. So I mean, he had to have just like gotten really skinny and gotten through those bars. Like they can slip through things that
there
we
was
would
no, they hadn't chewed any holes in it. They just got out.
No, because it's metal. It's like a metal like dog crate, like a big dog crate, like that we have for our big dogs. And yeah, he got through. So yeah, I'm gonna have to explain myself tomorrow. Yeah, Tubian. Kitten. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine anything chewing up like a dog crate.
Yeah, no, because
That
that's
was
one of those big.
Weird.
What?
My whole TV went blank and said there was no signal, and I turned it off and turned it back on, and it was like, okay, we're fine.
Yeah, that's like the universal fix for anything.
Yeah.
Turn
Well,
it off.
yeah,
turn
and
it
I'm
on.
just trying to figure out why that happened.
No, I'm trying. I'm
Said
still
there was
trying
no
to
signal,
figure
and I
out
checked
why.
everything. Everything's plugged in.
I'm still trying to figure out why nobody has done this to 2020. Like just turn off the
Turn it-
power for like
yeah, go
10
back to playing
seconds, like
for a little
plug
while.
it back
There
in,
you
see if you
go.
got a different result.
I've already suggested hitting the reset button. Nobody can find it. Been there, man. Look for it.
We need
Days.
like
Look for it for
a
days.
giant fucking Gill for 2020. A good old summer's eve douche.
Yes, Tubian, a kitten.
Yeah.
That's
Good
right.
old Summer's Eve's douche. Good old Summer's Eve douche.
We do.
Yeah.
2020 needs douche. It really does.
Yeah.
He is
I
a
agree.
fucking douche.
It does.
It's ran by a douche.
Mm.
Same difference.
Well, that's all
Right?
America. Well, also I guess Canada.
Exactly.
I mean, most.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
pretty
You
fucking-
I don't
guys have-
know. Not to say our dick's bigger than yours, Susie, but I think our asshole is worse than yours. Just saying.
Okay. Well, why don't we just agree that they're both douche canoes and like fuck whatever.
Deal. Done.
Done.
Yeah.
They are definitely douche. They are
Yeah.
rusty toasters. They are douche canoes. They are, yes.
Anything bad to say about anything? That's
Rusty
fine.
toaster.
Just look in the Urban Dictionary and just do this, and that's them.
The best is, okay, look up, what is it? It's the Elijah something.
Yeah.
Look, this is hilarious.
The what?
Well, there's like the
Aw, Neil
Alabama
604
bird bath,
atheist
the
subscribe to
rusty
my channel.
trombone.
Oh, hey, you guys.
God, I feel special right now.
Dungeon. Ugh, my fuck, I can't speak right now.
Right?
This is a tongue twister. Fuck. Dungeons and Dragons to change evil races due to racial stereotypes. So, this is what people are getting concerned about, that they're racist because of fantasy made up characters. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Dungeons
the
and
fuck?
Dragons?
So they are actually changing it.
Man,
Uh,
That was a couple days ago.
and
Well, I didn't know about it, Rev, so it's new to me. It's still news.
Oh no, there is so much that's new to everybody. Like the world is
yeah,
changing
I know.
so quick.
The world is changing.
You know,
big
but
time, like
honestly-
right down to the pancakes.
I know that this is a lot of fast changes, but these changes should have happened a long time ago. So it's about fucking time.
Right.
Some of
Right.
them are exaggerated,
And
but
you know,
if you lose 5%
not
of good to get rid of 95% of evil, then
Right.
it's okay to lose that 5% of good.
right. Absolutely. And
Uh,
whenever
to
I
happen.
see things
I
like
don't know
like
about
my
that
first
argument
reaction,
because I would go with you're still losing 5% good.
my first reaction to the whole Aunt Jemima pancake syrup thing was, are you fucking kidding me? But then once I sat and I really thought about it, you know what? It's still going to be the same fucking syrup. I don't know what it's like to be a person of color, so I don't know how that makes them feel. But if they feel like that is appropriating them, then yeah, let's get the fuck rid of it. We don't need it, you know?
Just a fucking
Well,
name.
you know,
It's
here's the
just-
thing.
Right.
A lot of us white people in the United States thought Aunt Jemima was someone who survived something, and it was like
And she was like a millionaire,
memorializing her.
and She got big.
No,
she wasn't.
it was
That's
based
right.
on a fucking slave.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah, I didn't know that.
She also
No.
through.
Yeah, but
she also,
also-
like,
Yeah.
Wait.
No, but wait, she was
Susie,
a former.
what?
She was a former slave that also made millions. She was the first
No.
millionaire black woman in
Yeah,
America.
sorry, if I may, that's not true.
Yeah,
That is what they're leading you to believe. Her family was in constant battle with trying to get the money that she earned off of all that. She died like a lot of dollars in debt because she was paying these lawyers to help her family get those millions that she made. She made
Oh,
millions.
so she never received them.
yeah.
She didn't get it.
Oh.
Yeah, she didn't get that. She wanted like eventually her family or whatever to get it. And there's a lot of stories that are like, no, she was like a fucking millionaire or whatever. Like this was it. And that's what
You're only a millionaire if you get the money.
well, that's what there's yeah, exactly. She technically was, but the companies and stuff held up all her money. So she didn't get any of it. And that's why
Yeah.
her family was like, we want this fucking money. Like,
Yeah.
no,
If she didn't get to pay her bills with it,
hers.
then doesn't
Right.
count.
And there is
Yeah.
just the picture that you see of her serving like pancakes or whatever, like there is a full picture of that where she's chained to the table by her ankles. Nobody shows that though. It's like the full, it's like they cut it off at the waist or like just at the bust, I guess. And she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm so happy serving pancakes." But the full picture is actually her entire body and she's chained by the ankle to the table.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
mean, and
So
but
I
she,
mean, I know I see
sorry, go ahead.
I just see like when I'm scrolling through Facebook, I've got so many, conservatives on my Facebook, and there's so many that are just like, can you believe this? And I'm going,
Mhm.
like I said, at first I was like, really?
Well, they do
But
that about.
I think it's time that everybody just stop and like do things like that. Do your homework. Like if somebody has a problem with something, don't discredit their feelings and where they're coming from. Try to figure it out, you know?
Like,
right. Because at the end of the day, it's fucking pancake syrup. I don't give a fuck what's on the fucking bottle. You know?
There's so much
I mean,
shit
if it's gonna make somebody feel like shit, I don't want that.
There's so much shit happening
Exactly.
nowadays. We're just like, but for real, like I do feel some people are being super uneducated, like how they're tearing down the Abraham Lincoln statues just because he's white, but he also, you know what I mean? But like
they took down Ulysses S. Grant.
Yeah, I remember. Yep, they did that too.
Oh my God, guys, history.
Recently, now they're changing. Disneyland, the what's the one, the Splash Ride or whatever, they're changing that from Splash Mountain. Yes, Splash Mountain, thank you. They're changing that to the theme for the Princess and the Frog, which is like Tiana or whatever the princess's name is, right? Who's like a black princess. And then so many people were like, it's fucking Splash Mountain. It's like a trademark, you know what I mean? But also,
Splash Mountain cares.
Based off of that Song of the South movie, which was about they were pro-slavery. So that's why everybody forgets why Splash Mountain is there. It's for the Song of the South movie. That's the old school Disney movie, but it was pro-slavery, and even in the lyrics of like their main song is like something along the lines of like, I love slavery, I don't give a shit who tells me otherwise, kind of thing. So like kind of that stuff.
Wow.
Like who cares? It's a fucking ride, you guys.
Right, exactly.
Who cares?
Yeah, they're more worried. See, but that's the thing. People are more worried about, oh, I want to go have fun, than worried about the fact that people walk out their door and walk by statues and are reminded that their ancestors were slaves and that they're still being oppressed.
Why
they shouldn't have that shit thrown in their face every day. And if it was something against white people, that shit would be gone.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So let it be gone.
Well,
we don't have statues of Hitler around, do we?
But everybody also says, though, Martin Luther King's family had slaves. So now all the white people who are not cool with this are like, well, let's take Martin Luther King and Martin Luther King Jr.'s all statues down because their family had slaves, and they're like an eye for an eye. You know what I mean? They're also saying that, like, remember the movie White Chicks with the Wayans brothers? They're like, well, that's whiteface. Why is that any better than blackface? And people are just like, it's worse, or sorry, it's better than blackface. Blackface is like the worst of the worst, but these people can't back up what they're saying. And I think the whole like White Chicks thing was like kind of just like a spoof. I think it was like a satire website that created that, but then it just caught a lot of uproar with like pro Black Lives Matter and like anti Black Lives Matter, and then these people that are feeding the public this out of media sources are just as bad, if not like the problem, because they're just stirring up a lot of shit that nobody, if it wasn't there, nobody would be arguing about it.
And the satire ones are, oh my God, they piss me off so bad, because I see these people and they're like the ones that are like super conservative and they're just on a fucking mission on Facebook, you know, and I'm going, oh my God, lighten up, post a picture of your cat, you know, I mean, I want to see your fucking cat or your family, but no, it's got to be all about, you know, we're some sort of warrior for, you know, keyboard ninja.
It never fails.
But it's like they're sharing satire, and I'm going, would you please just take a minute and like read the fucking article to begin with, ask yourself some questions before you go sharing this and like stirring up half of the Ozarks.
Well, have you seen lately about the Facebook how they're fact checking everything now?
Yes.
So if it's like a false article, you can't even read the article until you read the disclaimer that this is false information.
Yeah,
like, that's exactly why Facebook started doing that. They've got bots going around and
but who actually is the one in control of saying what is fake news and not?
That's true.
It's Facebook's guidelines. It's a complete algorithm that Facebook team.
Yeah, so Facebook knows better.
Information.
Facebook knows better than, news organizations.
Who
Or
I
Snopes.
don't know. I don't run Facebook, Rev. Like, what do you want me to say? Like,
No,
I
I'm just
know
saying.
that there's
No.
like a fact check thing on
No, all I'm
fact
saying,
articles that I want to read.
all I'm saying is who watches the watchers.
The suits, obviously, they always make the money. Why is that even a question?
Yeah,
Like,
but they've
people making
already.
$1 a year are like, okay, well, we're gonna think this way, so all of this side is fake news. So nobody can read this until they say, yeah, I want to read this article, even though you tell me that it's false. It's
Right.
whatever narrative fits. Well, they're doing whatever fits their narrative, I should say. Like, if they're
Yeah,
liberals
yeah, and
or if
that's
they're on this side, it's all like you can't trust anything.
well, that's all fun and great if you're on the Nazi side and the Nazis are saying what's going to be posted. But and I'm using an extreme.
Literally
Or,
what I just said.
well, yeah, I'm using an extreme. But like, what if? Yeah, everything they say is what they want you to hear. Then that's what you're going to hear.
Why do you think everything is fake news? Because
I
they
don't know.
air it because they're biased and they want it to fit their narrative.
I don't know. Is it fake news? What
Are
constitutes?
you asking me if it's fake news or not? Like, I know somehow if it's fake news or not.
I know. Well, that's
I'm
why.
not even American. Like,
Well,
fuck.
well,
Like,
that's
you know what I mean? Like, fuck. Like,
okay. Well, if you give me a second there, I would say that's what I was getting at. I'm a big boy. I'm an adult. I can figure out what the hell's fake news and not. So don't try to censor anything and just let all the headlines roll in front of my face. And I can go, what the hell is that? And I read the article and I'm like, that's bullshit. Not real. Fuck that. And then I'll move on to the next article. Like, I don't need somebody censoring shit. That's Orwell. We'll censor it for you because, we've never
Well-
been at war with East Asia, but we've always been at war with East Asia.
You can still read the stuff,
But-
but it's just like
that's
flagged
why
where
I'm
it
saying
says.
all media outlets are biased because, like in Canada, there's like a certain that are liberal and a certain that are conservative.
Right.
Like, I can be on 2 pages of Facebook, okay, one for liberals and one for conservatives. I can be getting the same information, but from a different viewpoint. That's
Right, I mean-
what makes that that's what makes the media so fucking like wolf-like,
Well, I know we've got CNN, we've got Fox. You just have to read the shit and make up your own mind. But yeah,
Yeah, that's why, not my Revtos TV,
Your Revto Raw.
not the Twitter, that Twitter handle, but my other one. I follow, I don't know, 2,000 different people. And it's like AP, Reuters, CNN, Fox, MSNBC. I follow every single. Not only that, but it's I'm trying to think of all the goofy ones that I follow.
Epoch Times.
The
Well,
Onion.
You watch
yeah.
them?
No, I don't follow the Onion, but I do follow the Babylon Times,
Onion.
or the Babylon Bee. I mean, because the Babylon Bee just has been cracking me up the last 5 days.
Oh, yeah. What was the latest one? It was now
Yeah.
that all the statues are being torn down, pigeons have nowhere else to shit but on rioters or something.
Yep.
Oh God.
Oh, they've been having some really good ones lately.
But you actually, when you sent that link to me, you literally said, obviously fake news.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want it to be
You know what fake news
that there was any way that was real news, because that was not real news. But no. But I follow fake news. I follow real news. I follow all these different headlines, and I'll tell you what. If you follow them all, between reading, just reading the headlines of all the different ones, the satire to the left wing to the right wing to the middle to the anarchist to the libertarian, eventually you're coming out with a view I think I got an idea what's going on.
and you really don't have any.
Triangulated the story.
Well, remember
Yeah.
I was telling you guys
Two
the other day
things.
how there's the one side of the Democrats and the Republicans, but there's points of it's just like a bullet point list of like what this party is for, what this party is for, and I'm like, I like this, don't like that, but I like that, and I do like that, don't like this, don't like this, don't like this, like this. Like I'm in between on almost everything.
Yeah.
So
I am too.
Well, no, that makes you pretty much like an
like
American.
I'm pro
That's how Americans are.
but I'm
Like,
definitely pro like gay and lesbian and all that too. But if I'm so one party is against abortion but for LGBTQ plus, and then the other party is like against abortion but against like gays and lesbians and all that. So I'm pro abortion, but I'm also pro like gay. So like that's like one thing where I'm like that's like, and one is like kind of pro Christian and Catholics and one isn't, and you know what I mean? Like it's just it's like I if I could like pick and choose my own government, obviously we would all love to do that, but
well, no,
Well,
that's
yeah.
how
I
we
mean,
all. That's how a majority of the people actually like, you know, pick their politics. And like, I love the old libertarian saying of, I agree that gay couples should be able to arm themselves to protect their marijuana plants from.
Yeah.
I forget, like something like
Yeah.
that's like the best quote ever, because that is like a mixture of the left and the right all together. Because
Yeah.
right,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, exactly.
right, yes,
Yeah.
like marijuana, yes, like like what the hell? Nothing in here is hurting anybody else. So why is there a problem?
Yeah, like
Right.
that's so true. Like that is just the truest fucking thing.
Like I'm fiscally conservative, but I am like way to the left on social issues.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
And that's how it is with like almost everybody. Like, well,
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying, like, if you're for one on this part, you're usually
Yeah.
for the other on this part,
Right.
and it like kind of goes back and forth. And that's why it's like, if I was American, I wouldn't even know who the fuck to vote for. To be completely fair,
We never do.
like even in Canada, I'm like, well, Trudeau, I fucking hate the guy. Oh my god, I could just
he really does have nice socks, but I
no.
mean, you can't
fucking
vote for a guy for that.
Piece of shit. A 3-year-old dresses better. Anyways, but some of the things that he's done is like okay, but most of the shit is just like, oh my god.
Wait.
But then-
Say the last thing that he did. Say
So-
the last thing that he did that pissed you off.
well, he said that Christians were idiots and that Islam was the way to go. And I'm not even religious, but that pisses me off.
I'm just separation of church and state, man. For real.
Yeah, but that's Canada. They don't have that there.
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah.
we don't have that here in America. That was actually a
No, we
letter.
don't.
It was a letter from
Yeah.
Thomas Jefferson where he was suggesting separation of church and state. We just
Yeah.
have the establishment of a free religion, and you can't, I can't remember. Like establishment of free religion, you can't be whatever judged on it or whatever.
Right.
Like, yeah, I know what you mean, but
Don't make me break out my constitution. I got it right here. I can tell you the exact wording. Ain't nobody wants that.
so
Oh, God.
did that. As well as one of the first things he did as prime minister was there was a self-proclaimed terrorist named Omar Kadir, and he live streamed the death of 3 Canadian soldiers. They were executed live stream by this group. Okay, and that was overseas.
Was it the? I don't even want
Like
to say it,
Al
but,
Qaeda
like,
or anything, but it was like it was ISIS.
it was
So-
pretty much like the old timey like
It was
video.
ISIS. They've got anyways. So
Okay.
they did this live stream. So anyways, I guess something happened. Like it was like wrongful deportation of like his family. So he sued Canada basically, and he got $10.5 million from taxpayers' money. Plus, they all got Canadian citizenship.
Wait. Wow. Like what
They got
grounds?
Canadian citizenship right away.
But
They
what
were-
grounds of suing Canada?
Because it was like wrongful deportation or whatever.
I'll be
like,
right back.
It was a federal case.
Okay.
Anyway, so they did a settlement with him for $10.5 million, and everybody got Canadian citizenship. And he was a self-proclaimed terrorist against Canada. That was like the first thing he did as a prime minister that made everybody go, well, maybe you're not the best, candidate for this job. He also gave away billions and billions and billions of dollars to overseas countries, and he also stole out of veteran affairs. So he stole veterans' money, like for their pension and stuff. He got money from their fund and sent it overseas to help these third world countries that are bombing us and like killing our soldiers. And I remember at Christmas time, like our grandparents usually give the grandchildren, which he's got 4 grandkids, myself, my sister, my 2 cousins, and he's a veteran, and he would always give us like a couple $100, whatever. Before he died, so that'd be 2 years ago, like we weren't really concerned about it, but the fact that my dad told me that he had problems at the bank because of Justin Trudeau, like I literally wanted to like fucking wring his neck. Like he totally went into the veteran fund, in the pension fund for veterans, to be able to pay off these third world countries that are killing our soldiers. And let's not forget the time when he was younger and he wore blackface.
Which time?
Yeah, which time? Yeah, twice. And he also assaulted like a lot of women reporters when his dad was prime minister. Or maybe not when his dad was prime minister, but when they were like interviewing him and stuff like that. And because he was still in politics, like way before. Not his dad. I'm not saying Castro, but like his dad on paper.
Oh, the other dad.
Yeah, the other dad, the one that was like, whatever, you were a whore when we went down there. Fucking whatever. I'll just act like he's my son, I guess. Yeah, no, not that dad. The real dad.
Or you mean, yeah, the dad, not the father.
Yeah, the dad, not the father. There you go. That's definitely one way of putting it. Ugh. Yeah, he's a fucking douche canoe, man. Like and that's not even the only time he's been like a complete douche. Like there was a First Nation.
Well, no, like to be perfectly honest, you could bring up every single second of him being prime minister, and that would be him being a douche canoe. But anyway, what moment were you bringing up?
So there was a girl here. It was a First Nations girl, and she was born and raised in Canada, but she lives on the reserve now. She needed dental surgery that was like $600,000. Or no, it was like something stupid like 25 grand or something, and they were on like social assistance. But then the federal government was like, no, we're not going to cover this. And this was like a needed surgery. So then she sued the government for like the mother for her dental surgery costs. And Justin Trudeau had to spend $625,000 on lawyers for himself just to win the case for 25 grand for this First Nations little girl's goddamn dental surgery. Like he spent so much more in lawyer costs just to be like, fuck you, you're not going to win, to these people that are Canadian citizens, by the way. And just was like, no, fuck you. Like, every single person was like, oh, and then a woman at one of his rallies, there was like an older lady that was like basically like yelling questions at Justin Trudeau that he didn't want to answer. And he got his bodyguards to like wrestle her to this old lady, wrestle her to the ground. And they like dragged her face down, like to the cop car. They like handcuffed her. And then like literally in front of everybody would just like started asking her questions about like, do you want to kill the prime minister and shit? And everybody's like, she's asking you fucking questions as like a Canadian citizen, which she has the right to. And now you're wrestling. Oh my God. This guy, I fucking hate him like so much. Like he just doesn't give a shit.
Are we talking about Justin still?
Yeah,
The guy with the sock.
I
Well,
fucking hate that guy.
all is well.
He was the he
The
was
dogs
the
were
first,
freaking.
he was the
So I had
first
to go.
one in Canada to be like evacuated to his little home during COVID. It was like the headline. It was like the first Canadian to go into quarantine, and he was like, "Okay, bye, people. I'm gonna go into my mansion, and like all my 16 nannies are gonna fucking watch my kids on this swing set that I bought for 60 grand." And like, and you know what I mean? And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, quarantine for you guys is like a goddamn vacation," which I think they did go on vacation too.
I feel sorry for fuckers like that though, that don't even like they have kids and they
Oh yeah,
don't
remember?
enjoy them.
Does anybody remember Justin Trudeau?
You know,
Somebody was asking him a question that opposes his viewpoint, and he's talking about mankind, and he's like, Justin Trudeau's like, excuse me, in Canada, we don't say mankind, we say people kind.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this actually a joke? I'm like, what? People kind. Nobody says people fucking kind, you idiot.
I remember that. He was on stage when he said that.
He was on fucking stage, and the person asking the question with the microphone was just like, okay. People kind.
Never heard that before, but okay.
And I live in Manitoba, so everybody called Manitoba People-atoba. I'm from People-atoba.
I'm gonna get off here and go to bed because husband's off tomorrow. Probably gonna have projects and shit. So
Okay, no problem, Donna.
okay, I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
We'll talk to you soon.
Better.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, goddamn fucking People-atoba. God, I hate that guy so much.
Then there were two.
Yeah, B's internet's probably fucking up.
Yeah. I know. She froze up.
Yeah. Cow people. It's literally, yeah. And then, everybody said that it was not politically correct to say him or her on a TV show, and then Don Cherry was like, you people, because he can't say him or her, and then he got fired for that because he said you people. And now all of a sudden he's a racist. Oh fuck! And he was like, Don Cherry was like the staple of Hockey Night in Canada. Like if you were Canadian and you're like my age, you grew up watching Don Cherry on Coach's Corner.
I remember hearing that guy. That guy was hilarious.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you sent me a bunch of links to it. I was like, man, that guy's funny.
Yeah, Don Cherry was like
He was
a
so
staple of
passionate
Canadian
about the game.
Hmm?
He was so passionate about the game.
Oh, he was the most passionate. He knew what he knew, and he, thought what he thought, and that was him. That was him growing up. Like not growing up, but like myself growing up with watching him, just seeing him like talk about the game like he did, and he knew and he had stories about every single player. Like he's like, yeah, I like went out with this guy one night, and fuck, oh, you know what I mean? Like that's just how he was. Like nobody, no filter, nobody cared. Until now, recently, everybody's like, he's a fucking racist for saying you people. You're what is it? You're dividing everybody. But look at the world now. Like everybody's divided anyways because of any fucking media. It doesn't matter. Like everybody's getting so divided, and like who's some guy who's like a staple in fucking hockey, and he's like, you people. Like who the fuck? Like you guys are doing worse. Everybody's fucking rioting, and like everybody's businesses are going like down the tube. This makes me sick.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah. Exactly.
So what do you got, Coors?
Yeah, I'm drinking Coors now. It's on sale. It's on sale for the low price of $38.99 for 2 for, plus the $5 delivery fee, plus the tip, plus the tax, plus the can deposit fee. So $38.99 was actually $55 in the end.
Jesus, man.
What's up, B? You're muted. Are you pretentiously or purposely pretentiously?
I don't know if she reset the router or what. I just lost internet connection, and then my light started blinking on my
Yeah.
modem, and then it
Yeah, you
stopped,
lost, like,
and then it came back. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm like, I know
Oh, my
she
modem's
didn't
right
have
there.
forever. So I'm like, it must be
My
frozen.
modem's right there.
Oh yeah, I see it on the wall.
So every time something goes wrong, I just go, what the fuck? Look at it. What's the status? So that's that. Woo! Some hot shit, Rev.
Oh yeah. What's that?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm pulling a biscuit out of a air fryer. It's pretty fucking hot.
Huh? That'll do it.
Yeah. How about them apples?
Yeah, I was gonna make some garlic toast.
I love that shit. I could totally make that in my air fryer. I never even thought about that.
Oh yeah. Well, I keep buying these. I get like this giant French loaf, and it's like $1.50. I keep buying them and just like cut them up, like have some garlic toast.
Fuck yeah. Right now I have their KFC biscuits. So I just put them in the air fryer to toast them a little bit. And now I'm going to put honey on them.
I have those like Red Lobster biscuit mix. Like
the cheddar, the cheddar biscuits.
Yeah, actually, I might have made them already, and I think they sucked, but I don't think I used enough cheddar.
Dude, you don't buy the mix. Just look online and get the recipe, and it comes out way better. The mix sucks.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I don't even give a shit about it, but it was here, so I was like, okay, try it.
Yeah, I'll eat it. What? Messy as hell.
What are you eating? Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, leftover biscuits from KFC. I put them in my air fryer and warmed them up, and I put honey on top of them.
Nice. Well, Blue said one game of trivia before I pass out. I guess she's ready to pass out.
So what are we playing, trivia?
Whatever you want to do.
I'll play a game before I go to bed.
Garlic toast and spaghetti. Spaghetti is so fucking good. See, that's why I love like my shit like saucy, because you can dip stuff in it, like garlic toast.
You can dip into thicker stuff too. Just sticks better.
Yeah, well, I know, but it's better. Yeah, it's better. You get more on it when it's like more saucier, I guess.
More saucier, yes.
More saucier. That's the technical term.
I like everything more saucier and wetter and moister.
Shut up.
Susie's favorite word, moist.
I try to work it into every stream when you least expect it. It's more fun like
know.
that.
I still have people from like my the Google Plus days that are like texting me just moist like all the time, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like Jeff Hobbs does it, Dave does it, fuck, like Jesus.
If you, I don't know. That's what it says. If you.
Oh,
If
if you.
If you.
If you.
Like, God bless you. If you.
If you.
Many different ways. If you.
Oh, B, I thawed some Italian sausage up, so I'm gonna cut those into like little pieces. Then I'm gonna fry them up with like onions, garlic, peppers, like some like rosemary and some Italian seasoning, and then like some fucking balsam and vinegar and Worcester and then butter. Oh. That was like literally my plan when I thought those out. I'm like, that's exactly what I'm doing. And Rob was like, well,
That
you can
sounds-
put them in, he's like,
sounds like
you
a
can
good
put them in
plan.
a hot dog bun. Like, just, you don't have to cut them up, just put them in a hot dog. And I'm like, no, I just want to like have no bread.
There's also a recipe that has it's considered like a breakfast omelet deal, breakfast casserole. So you take eggs with a little bit of milk, just to make them fluffy.
Yeah.
Mix them up with salt, pepper, whatever seasonings. I like to put red pepper flakes in it sometimes.
I love it.
And you slice potatoes kind of thin,
Yeah.
right? Not too thin, but not, I don't know,
Like it's like you just
Probably
have the whole thing, but it's like maybe like a
like
half
quarter inch.
Oh, quarter inch. Okay.
Yeah, like quarter inch, whatever size you want to make, just to make it bite size. So you get a cast iron skillet hot, and you saute like your onions, anything else that you want to put in it. I always put some kind of sausage in it, and you saute those up and everything. And then when you're done with that, you kind of scrape the pan a little bit because you want all that good stuff from the sausage in with it.
Yeah.
And you're just browning the sausage. So then you take the sausage out, throw in a layer egg, liquid egg, potatoes, sausage, liquid egg, potatoes, sausage, and with every layer you put cheese on it. And the best cheese that I have found, and it recommends it in the recipe, is Manchego. And it's goat's milk Manchego is what I used to use, and it was so fucking good.
So it's
Anyways,
like a breakfast lasagna.
Almost, yeah. It's kind of like a layered omelet casserole.
That sounds
deal.
fucking like anything with eggs in the morning. I don't care. I'm fucking down.
Yeah, and you could put you get those really high-end expensive like Spanish olives, but not the pimento ones, but the
I
real
love
ones.
the pimentos, but yeah, I do love olives. I fucking love olives.
Yeah, you slice those up and put those in there on the layers, and it adds just a little ding to every
I love
bite. It's
olives.
really fucking good.
Fucking love olives.
Totally
Yeah.
should try that.
Every single thing. Like, wait, okay, hold on. But you said, what was it? Salami? You said?
Huh?
Like, oh, what was the meat? What was the protein? Like, I mean, it's all protein, but like, what's the meat you said?
Sausage.
Sausage. Oh, sausage. Okay, so like, what kind of sausage?
Any kind of sausage you want. I used to buy either a hot Italian sausage,
Yes, that's my favorite.
or you can get like Chipotle. I mean, not Chipotle. Fuck. Chorizo. Get some chorizo sausage and slice that up and put it in there. That's really good. The only kind of sausage I don't like in it is sweet sausage. Anything that's not sweet, which I'm not a fan of anyways, but
What's sweet
anything
sausage?
that's not like sweet Italian sausage.
Oh, I like hot Italian sausage. I don't like anything sweet.
Yes.
I don't like anything sweet.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
meat
the
meat
Italian
should not
sausage
be
is
sweet.
this
I'm
long.
sorry.
But I
Meat
also
should not
love,
be sweet.
I also love like your cold cuts too, like Cuba sauce, salami, garlic sausage.
God damn it.
And I am all alone. Oh, great.
I'm right here. I've been here the whole time. What the fuck?
Oh, well, what are you doing?
Making garlic toast.
Oh, fuck. I didn't know that's what you were doing.
Come on, man. I do things.
Tubing. There's a very big difference between sweet and hot. Like, you can have it hot, or you don't know, you can have it not hot, but also not sweet. Sweet's more like kind of like a tarty taste, like it's tart, and you're like, but like hot is like, whoo, you know.
I like sweet. I do not like hot because hot in like the industrial term means heartburn for me. But
I
like,
love hot.
like if Susie made something hot for me, like yeah, I'm all about that.
No, but you would die if I made it like, because I like even Josh, he has
Yeah.
to howl when I make something because it's so hot for him. But I don't. It's not even that hot for me. Like I add.
No, that's the kind of hot that I like.
Yeah.
But like industrial, like Cheetos that are really hot, extra hot.
Oh, I know you mean
No.
like the ramen noodles that are supposed to be hot. But
Yeah,
they're not.
like that just means I'm gonna get a heartburn.
Yeah,
But
that's
if like
that's
Susie
so
makes
salty.
something hot, it's gonna be hot, and I'm gonna be like, "Damn, that's awesome!"
You're
Like-
getting all that heartburn from like it's so much sodium and like
Yeah.
all those like hot or like those mass manufacturing hot things, right? It's all artificial. It's not like with my hot sauce. Like it's so funny because Josh with sriracha, he doesn't find it hot at all, but he gets like just really bad. Like he just like his stomach just gets really upset after eating it. But my sauce that I make like from scratch is hotter, but he can handle that, and it doesn't like it's not, his stomach doesn't even react to it really. It's like way because that's all natural, right? Like the only thing I'm putting salt in is the brine because I ferment
That's
it.
like the high fructose corn syrup and shit like that.
No, I don't put any of that shit in there.
No, with name brand.
Oh yeah, like and xanthan gum is usually in
Yeah,
there.
like no, you're putting like real sugar in, or if you even
I
put.
don't even put sugar in. I don't at all. When I blend it all up, I drain it out of the brine. I put all my peppers and like all the peppercorns and the onions and the carrots and the garlic and everything in a blender, and I just blend it up. And then before I blend it, I add a little bit of the brine, but then I also add a little bit of white vinegar, like white distilled vinegar, and then like a tiny bit of balsamic. And then I let that blend, and then I drain it all out into a bowl. I'll put it in a, what do you call it? Not a sieve, but it's like a strainer. Put it all in there, use a spatula, get everything out of there, use the mash, put the mash in a Ziploc bag, and then put it in the freezer so when I'm making chili, I can just break off a piece, throw it in there. But yeah, and then I put it on the stir plate for 3 weeks, and it's perfect. Like I don't add anything after that other than vinegar. I meant to put Susie, but this, I guess, is kind of funnier. Because it's kind of true.
I'm just waiting on blue or blue. Wait.
I know. It's so funny. You call B blue, and I call blue B like all the time.
Yeah, I'm waiting on blue minus the L and the U.
Yeah. Well, blue and B. They both start with a B.
and with an E.
There you go. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No, that's how dumb my mind.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you're totally right about that.
That's how dumb my mind is. Like that's I'm like, oh, it begins with an E, ends with an E. It's got to be the same person. Oh, it's not.
Aw. Sounds like feeding time in my house, except a lot more chaotic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did you get a cat that actually came in there? Is that Tiki? Is that Salem?
No, that would be
that's not even your place.
It's not mine. Plus, my cats don't meow like that. Oh, that's like cute meowing. My cats are a little bit more
Aggressive.
yeah, like a tad more aggressive. And if you're not listening, they'll probably bite your head off. That's just comes with the territory. Yeah.
Yeah, because those meows are like very cute.
Well, they're cuter than mine meow. Like,
No, yours are aggressive. Those ones are like, oh come on, like I'd like
yeah.
some food. That would be really great. Like I'd like it. Like I'll then.
My cats are like, give me the fucking shit now.
Exactly. Why haven't you given me this yet?
I've been hungry for the last 12 hours. What the fuck? Oh, and by the way, when you leave me, I'm going to shit in the litter box and not cover it up. Just because you took an hour longer to feed me. Stupid fucking cunt. That's like exactly like how my cats view me. I like that's all I do is just, well, Todd's a little different, but Tiki and Salem are like, go fuck yourself. I would be great if you were dead.
All right. How long are we gonna wait? I know B's listening. That's why I'm gonna ask. Like, how long are we gonna wait before we start this game?
All right. Well.
I'm waiting for her to like pop in. Like, oh, I've been listening to you the whole time. Like, commenting about cats and aggressive cats and my cat. Exactly, Tubian. My bowl is empty. Why is this, human slave?
Yeah. Fucking assholes. And it's so crazy because every time you change the litter box and it's like brand new litter, all of them are right in there.
Why is that? Like, do they want to get in on the new timeline? Like, oh man,
I don't know. I
like
think
look at this new real estate.
well, when Todd was a baby, he used to sleep in the litter box. Like that was like his place to sleep was the litter box. So I can understand like whenever the litter box being changed, it's like he's sitting there and he's ready with a fucking turd torpedo. He's like fucking ready and he's like totally staring and then he's like and then you get up and you take all the empty or the dirty shit out back and then he's like, yeah, right in there taking a fucking shit. And then Salem goes in there and takes a fucking shit. Then Tiki goes in there and takes a fucking shit. And then Callie goes in there and pisses like for 3 minutes. And now you're like, what?
Oh,
Like-
shit.
Hey, Susie,
Oh, okay, there we go.
I'll give you one guess what I was doing.
Cleaning the litter box.
Nope, but you're close.
Taking a shit?
What do I do on nightly events?
Take a shit.
Chase the cat?
Oh, chase the cat. Well, because I saw them. They were, well, the orange one was behind you because I saw him going under the bed.
Yeah, he said you didn't hear him crying at the door the whole time?
Yeah, I did. We did hear. We were talking about that. We could hear him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was crying because she was outside. He gets upset every time she goes. I think it's because the dog chased him, and he's afraid she's going to get hurt. Because every time she goes outside, and once she gets out of his sight, he just yowls until I get her back. And I had to walk like under pine trees and through the brush, and there's these big stickers. They're like this fucking big. and they have like the center to them, and then they have like a spike shit coming out the sides. And so got a bunch of dirt in my shoe, and I went to grab my shoe off, and it was covered in stickers on the bottom.
Oh no!
So I had to leave my favorite sandals outside, and I poked myself in the hand.
Oh my god, are you okay?
And I had to chase her ass. And as soon as I put her on the floor in the door, I swatted her fucking ass.
Good. Yeah.
Didn't I? Don't you look at me like that.
Yeah, we got sand spurs here. Those fucking things.
I always win the stare down, though.
Well,
I just want to
we
point that out.
heard your cat, like the orange one. He was like, yeah. We were talking about how like dainty his meow was, and then it was like meow. Yeah, it was like meow.
Well, the first ones were, "Hey, Mom," Thalia got out, and I didn't hear him because I had my headphones on.
Yeah.
And then the second ones were, "Where the hell did she go? I can't see her anymore." Yeah.
That's so cute. My cat.
As soon as she gets out of that radius by the door, and she goes right or left where he can't see, he freaks out.
Yeah. See.
I don't know whether to think he's a control freak or he's sweet.
Control freak. Well, Todd
He's
is
food dominant.
My little orange tomcat, who's actually massive, and when he got back from his surgery, I kept him in this room because I didn't want him to get stressed out there because like my dog and stuff, and I didn't want him to get like locked up again. And he was in the vet for like 3 days. Anyways, and then I had like introduced him to the other cats, and like Salem and Tiki both came in here and like started hissing at him, and then Todd was like sitting in the corner, and it looked like he was about to cry. I was like so sad. It was like, my sister and brother don't love me anymore, and then I was like, hey, Salem, Tiki, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, I'm like, Todd, come here. Like, I'm like cuddling him up, and he's like loving every minute of it. But yeah, no, but then Salem and him, like, they're always brothers. So yeah, like Salem came back to Tiki now every single time, just hisses at him. She's a little fucking bitch.
Oh, I think I just fucked that up. Oh, no, I didn't. Excellent.
Excellent.
I'm surprised I don't have a pine tree like hanging from my hair or something. Fall through all kinds of shit.
You gotta love animals, man. This one time,
Like the boughs on the tree were only like not even 3 feet off the air from the ground. So I was like trying to, come here, baby, come here. Oh, I got your ass. Now I'm gonna fucking beat you.
now you
little
got
shit.
Fuck you, like.
Oh yeah, and then she tried to get down. I was like, no, and I grabbed her tight, and then I just held her normal, and she just laid like flopped like all the way back to I'm just going back in the house. I can't fight it.
Is this a video?
Yeah, the door's closed, you little bitch.
Like,
I'm sorry,
is this a video that can be rented, or like, what are you talking about?
What she just went and did to rescue her cat.
Oh, cat. My bad.
Wrong pussy, Rev.
I just heard wrestling to the floor and shit like that.
So B, like we used to have a little wiener dog. His name was Dexter, and we kept him on one of those big ropes at the cabin. And our cabin was like very secluded. It was like our cabin, and then it was just forest for like miles around. So anyway, so he gets missing, and we're spending hours looking for this dog. And I'm going through like spider webs, like there was like spiders crawling down my back, like that's how like much I was going into the woods for the stupid fucking thing. So anyways, he was right next door to the log cabin the entire time. His leash like got caught up in the tree. He was right there, and we were looking for like hours, and he didn't even bark, nothing. Like,
you're like, what the fuck? You could have told us, asshole.
Going under the log cabin, and she's also getting like fucking spiders on top of her, and you know what I mean? And like the dog's right there, and he's just sitting there smug as a fucking, He just, yeah.
Is that like smug as a bug in a rug
Yeah, exactly.
instead of snug?
Yeah, but he's smug as fuck.
Someday.
This little wiener dog, like, sitting there watching all of us, like, be panicking over him. He doesn't even bark, nothing. He's not crying. His leash is all caught up in the tree, but he's not barking or crying.
Well, I got the dead thing out of the way, so I can move on with my life now.
Yeah, me too. It's literally, you just took the words out of my head.
The fuck?
I know exactly what. I don't know who it is, but I know what they're talking about. Oh, maybe I.
Bing.
What if you're still alive? I want to show you something.
I knew it wasn't Keynes.
Not me. I'm dead. Haha.
Yeah, but you still.
Douche socks.
Pattern.
Wow.
Yeah, try to memorize the weapons.
And done. From left to right, hold the order of the colors. And
That was
all
the
you
easiest part.
do is simply make sure not a single person does better.
Yeah. Well, once I looked at the weapons, I was just looking at the grenades, which is every second one, and then you just go hammer and then knife, hammer.
Oh.
Knife, grenade.
My phone fucked up.
See?
Oh, now his phone fucked up. All
Yeah,
right.
right.
Yeah.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Wait a minute. Who's who? Who's douche socks and who's dizzy?
I'm dizzy.
Okay.
Get mad at me.
Who's the who?
No, for real.
Tubian, are you douche socks?
I think that's 2 minutes.
Too. They're kind of bees, right?
Did you hear me? I think that's 2 in.
They're just one player, but
Yeah, it's got to be. He's the only person left.
We're still on a third question.
the next two questions.
Why did you bring up fetish spanking videos, Tubian?
It's worth the wait. Trust me.
Well, maybe,
Tubian's a bad boy.
Wrong
Maybe that-
conversation.
maybe that's what he's into.
Did you catch what I said? He's a bad boy.
Well, maybe somebody should punish him.
Maybe.
Easy. Holy
They don't
fuck.
even have teeth.
All you have to do is one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong.
Right. Right. That's
Anacondas
exactly
don't
what I
have
did,
teeth,
Rev.
though, so they can't transmit. And I'm assuming by the time you're actually within range of even getting rabies from the anaconda, you're gonna die anyways before you even get it.
No, an
Yeah,
anaconda.
you won't ever know that you died.
No, an anaconda has
Huh?
cold blood. It's a
Yeah,
warm-blooded
so rabies is the
Oh fuck!
transmission.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on, god damn it. I can't even pick. We're gonna play this
Nope,
shit
that's it.
again.
Having trouble remembering.
I know exactly what it is.
I think I do.
I couldn't pick.
It's one of
Yeah.
two, and I
I
was
had
right.
it. I had it. It was the Zune.
Whatever, Rev. No, I'm kidding. No, I hate it when my phone does that.
This is a mess. There's blood all over this art. Eat your heart out, Jackson Pollock. Memorize the pattern of blood.
Oh, because Rev said he wanted to see me wrestle pussy. Okay, rock on.
I don't believe I said that.
All right, that's enough time. Reproduce a pattern of all the
No, it's not even me. Oh, I was totally memorizing that shit.
If your pattern is different than mine, I will kill you.
Damn, I can't remember a goddamn thing. Fuck you, man. God damn it. I'm like changing everything that I thought. It's not right. I didn't even hit submit. God damn it.
He just said, fuck it, I'll just take the hit for 0. There you go, 36%.
I had most of it too. I still suck. Even my dog's all riled up. Look,
I
hey,
can still remember that one actually.
yeah, come here.
No, you're not going outside.
Come here. Hey, come here.
I'll be right back.
Come here. Gabe.
It's so funny. Rev is like having a hard time calling his dog, and my dog is like begging to get in here.
There she is. Hey, she wanted to say hi. What's up, booby? Aw, what a cute girl.
Yeah, I'm probably going to sleep outside or out here on the couch just so I can get my puppy time.
So you can get your puppy time?
Yeah, like cuddling with my dog and like watching TV with him. Like he loves that.
Yeah. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Like, he's been begging to like hang out with me all fucking day, and I'm just sitting in here like. Oh yeah, no, Tibian, I totally know where douche socks came from. It's so crazy, like my eyes can't focus with these fucking glasses on. Like it's just happened, like I can actually see better without them right now. Which is, it's crazy.
Maybe you have mutant eyes.
Yeah.
Have you checked your tongue? Is it like 11 inches long?
No. Almost, but not quite.
Okay, Tubian, fair enough. Is it that late? I gotta go, guys. I shouldn't play another game.
All
I
right,
should get to
girl.
bed.
No, you
A
should
whole
play.
bunch of shit to do tomorrow on my day off.
No,
Huh?
you should play one more.
Nope. I should go to bed.
All right, B. Have a good night,
I
boy.
really
I'll
should.
talk to you in the morning.
All right, guys. Yeah. I gotta get up at 5. Good night.
Okay.
Bye, Rev.
Later.
Uh,
All right, then I guess everybody's in.
yeah, I think after this I'm gonna go hang out on the couch.
Yeah, I got people that are gonna be here in like 4 hours. I don't want them to be here.
Come on, wake up.
I know exactly how I feel. Like I wouldn't either.
Welcome to
I'm just so glad that I'm off, like I'm not working while they're here.
That's definitely
Because I would be like so weirded out if I was like, yeah, here you go, like go into my house, have at it, and left and went to work.
Where would you find Mr. Tumnus?
Who the fuck is Mr. Tumnus?
Correct answer. And the correct answer is who got it right?
I was literally just a guess because it was a process of evaluation for me. Or a process of elimination. Sorry, evaluation? No, elimination.
Everything was just up in the air. I had loser wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything was up in the air. I had no idea about anything. All right, let's see. Here we go.
Come on. Speak, my lovely. Speak.
See that glitch?
You just did that. The same thing that happens to me all the time.
Well, there's always a glitch, and my
Yeah,
glitch
that's it.
happened like right at the wrong time.
Yeah, exactly. That's stupid.
A scoreboard. Please don't steal that name from me.
Damn. Well, at least I don't have to play the finger cutting game.
At this point, probably burned into your brain. So, how many times does the phrase "Let it go" appear in the song "Let It Go"?
Oh, come on. This fucking thing, man.
Time's right now.
This goddamn thing won't let. Nope. Not gonna vote.
Yeah,
There you got it.
this.
Oh,
Alright.
really? That's it? Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna pick.
I was like, let it go, kid.
I've never heard that song before, but I know it's like 14, 16, 12, somewhere around there.
Let's get artistic up in here. If your work doesn't make me ponder the human condition, then you're in trouble.
Ah, there you go.
Draw this thing the best you can and press send when you're finished.
Time's running out. You got like, I don't know, like 10 seconds, 5 seconds, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Look at the phone. Pick the drawing that you
What the fuck, man? Like, both of you, what the hell happened?
Oh my god.
one I just don't like. The votes are in.
Oh wow.
Wow. More pain to
I
go.
tried to put subwoofers in the back of the car and then it just did not turn out.
I'm going to bury that terrible drawing with you.
The funny thing is, I totally didn't know what the subject was until you just said that, and I was like, "Oh, right, subwoofers," because that was not on my mind on any of the pictures.
Oh my god, it's fucking great.
I'll give you a chance to escape during the final round.
I love how I'm at $0.
Oh, man. Well, we're all dead other than Blue.
But even people in the 1700s needed some nightmare fuel. What opera features a killer
Oh
clown?
shit!
Who said this? Very good.
Wow.
I've got more questions for you.
Last
What
one.
does one truth grow on his family farm?
Onions.
That's his fucking, oh my god, the fucking, the goddamn guy from The Office.
Oh, is it? I don't even know. I just remember the question.
Yeah, Dwight Schrute is from The Office. That's who Rain C. Wilson plays. Or, no, it's Beats. Oh, there we go, Blue. Right.
Good Blue. Don't listen to my dumbass.
Friends are taking into your mind.
There we go.
Escape with your body.
Good thing I was already dead.
Call of Duty titles. Tap on each answer that fits, then press submit. Let's see the right answers. You move forward one space for every correct answer.
Damn.
Oh, you have to get answers right to get closer to the exit. Oh, did I mention that all the other ghosts get to play too? If a ghost catches up to you, then they will steal your body. Then they can escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And both get a third choice to help them catch up to you. Anytime today,
Oh, fuck, that was my original answer, too.
Have to wait some harder questions.
I chose Wombat before, and they said it was wrong.
Time is almost up.
We all picked, like, pretty much all of them.
Watch out. Can you stay out of the shadows? Bill's releasing 3D.
The Croods is a great fucking movie.
Never heard of it.
It's fucking great. It's an animated movie.
Okay, an easy one. So many kills. Wu-Tang Clan members. Another one flop. Months with 31 days. Decision.
Thanks, Susie. Thanks, Susie. I got that one right because of you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The knuckle trick.
Yeah.
U.S. Island territories.
If I could ever get this question, then I could get it right. There we go.
Anytime today. Another one flop. European capitals.
Come on, lose it. Lose it.
Time is almost up.
Damn it.
Oh.
You fucker.
So many kills.
I came from behind with no questions right.
Yeah, you really did. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Well,
Decision.
I still can't answer this, so that's kind of awkward.
You still have like 30 seconds. It's not.
I know, I still can't answer it. It's
Well,
halfway
just
through the
quickly-
question.
Just exit out quickly and then come back in because you still. Wait, hold on. You've got 20 seconds now. There. Yeah, but then I got them both there. Well, that was awesome. We only all got like. I did a little better than you, but that's it. Didn't even break down, Grant. Oh well, look at Blue got 10 grand, over 10 grand. I'm gonna go.
I only think it's funny because I didn't get any questions right, and I only had the final round to like get through.
I know. That's awesome. I'm gonna go hang out with my dog though. I think like he deserves that. He's been a very good boy today, and I'm gonna go like let him out and hang out with him.
Why don't you just say bye to everybody?
All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to go to Atheist Pastor tomorrow, or I guess in a few hours. Yeah, go check out their channel. It's the most I've said in a goodbye for like the longest time. So
See you over there. Later, everybody.
look at your face. Sorry, bye.